kids in suit socks. She doesn't know who I am. Son of a bitch. Every fucking time.
What would you call a...
Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. That's what you get. That's what you get. You want the lead in, you're getting the chorus too, you cunt.
Solo by Reg.
Alright, go on then.
Right, what do you call a person in a tree with a briefcase?
Oh, I don't know.
Branch manager.
Such a good. Alright, I got one. What do you do if you see an epileptic having a fit in a bath?
Pour in the bubble bath?
Throw your washing in. Now you got to be really careful about telling that joke. So I told that joke at the pub the other day. Some bloke didn't laugh and find it very funny. And he said, oh, my brother died like that. He was epileptic. I was like, oh shit. Sorry, mate, how'd he die? He's like, he choked on a sock. It's a joke within a joke. Jokeception.
Oh.
Let's fucking go.
Good evening, Internet.
Welcome back to another episode of In the Doghouse, the official podcast of eating ass. Oh, who are we joined by tonight, Marlanus?
We got Toucan in tonight.
Hey.
How's it going?
Oh, we're good. We're good. How about you?
Oh, not too bad, mate. Not too shabby.
Good. Warm, innit? I don't know. Is it just me or is it warm?
No, it's
Might-
getting cold.
Yes.
I want to like in here. I'm a bit warm.
You have got a
surprised
hoodie
you
and trackies on.
Oh, I haven't not wearing a t-shirt underneath.
That's
so I'm
because you're
kind
a piece of shit.
No, I was like, it's going to be quite cold in there, and then we sort of put some T-Rex costumes on,
Ran up and down.
ran up and down the street,
Chasing a few cars.
chasing
Yeah.
cars.
Scaring the locals.
Literally, the next door neighbour going, "What's going on? Nothing. Get back in your house.
We're going to eat you.
Shoot her! Don't go into the long grass." Do the fucking Sam Neill. Sucks when I got video.
That's when the old lady walked out and looked at them all and said, "That's one big pile of shit."
Oh dear, oh dear. Hit me with some administration, Marlanus.
So, the Patreon merch, you have 1 week left to buy that. So, I'm going to send out another code just in case anybody's missed it. So, I don't want any fucking complaints.
Oh, I didn't get it. I've got a few people hit me up today asking for the code and found it fucking hilarious. I don't think he even knows what it is yet. Bless him. Gilo.
Oh, gummy bear. Yeah, keep buying shit or don't. We got good stuff coming. Winter is coming. So, yeah, I'm sorry if I don't seem... I'm a bit fucking dead at the minute.
Mara, we have to carry this too, Cam.
No change there then. Well,
That's
to be
it,
fair, if it
really,
ain't Reg
yeah.
we're carrying, it's going to be Marlon, isn't it?
Love you, Patreons. You're amazing. Yeah, as we've said numerous times, you wouldn't still be going if it weren't for you cunts.
I just want to clear something up on the Patreon front. Had a few messages in the last couple of weeks and whatnot, sort of querying the Patreon and what it's all about. I thought we made it pretty clear, but I'll drive it home once more. The Patreon, the money we get from the Patreon, I don't know if some of you believe that we just piss it up against the wall or whether we just, we now work 3 days a week. We definitely don't. Every penny of that is spent on this podcast. Every penny of the merch is pretty much just been reinvested into holding more stock, being able to afford nicer stuff, holding, just getting more stuff at the same time. So when we started, we have just one set of t-shirts.
Yeah.
And now we've got a quite to the range, wouldn't you say, Marlon?
I'd say we got a decent amount of stuff, and that's all thank you to you, scumbags.
Literally, yeah. It's all thanks to you guys. Yeah, I think the only thing in 2 years, nearly 2 years we've been doing this, we treated ourselves to some beer, Marlon, didn't we? From our own earnings. We bought some beer, and I think that is the only thing we've actually spent on ourselves. Yeah. But yeah, so just to clear it up, all Patreon money is reinvested into this podcast to make it sound better, go better, make our lives easier editing it, and doing all the fucking behind the scenes shit and like the cameras and stuff and say cameras, all the fucking microphones and stuff we take to the truck shows and that. It's all not cheap. And so, yeah, that's basically what it goes to. So you guys supporting us is hugely appreciated because literally, like Marlon said, we wouldn't be here without you because we would have fucked this off a long time ago if we couldn't make it make sense. So yeah, massive shout out to you guys. Obviously you can join the Discord if you're on the Patreon. You can get some, if you're a top level Patreon, you can get discount off the fucking merch. And yeah, we're looking to do some more things in the future with you Patreons. So there'll be more perks to being a Patreon. If I say Patreon one more time today, I think I'm going to shoot myself in the face.
A Patreon.
If you are a Patreon, if you join the Doghouse Cult, which is our Patreon. So yeah, if you don't know where it is, it's on our link in bio. It's in the every episode description. It's not hard to find, so you have no excuse. It's like £1 a month. Go on, don't be tight. Be a legend. Be in my book. And yeah, we can't thank you guys enough, really. So yeah. Moving on swiftly. Actually looking at my car, Marlon, this week, next week, maybe.
A car or a Land Rover?
Oh, well, a Land Rover. I say it's kind of, I was going to, and then I went off the idea, and now I think I'm back on the idea. It's, I'm going to say maybe, because everyone calls me out for saying stuff and not doing it. I didn't buy a swimming pool in time. I know, I'm sorry. The coffee machine is still in the works. I don't know why I'm saying all this, but yeah, I'm maybe getting a Range Rover Sport as a works vehicle. It's a 2011 HSE luxury
as a work vehicle.
Oh yes. Oh, she's gonna get beat the fuck out of, and I can't wait.
3 litre.
Yeah, 3 litre SDV6, the dreaded engine.
Is it but
it's kind of so cheap that I'm not really that bothered. If it goes bang or whatever, but I mean. If and when, whatever I go and pick it up, I won't be going to pick it up. Because you know what I'll be doing, Marlon?
You'll be tapping up our old man.
I'll be saving myself the fucking hassle. It's a Range Rover. It's obviously going to go wrong on the way home because it just is. That's what it does. It's 2.5 hours away. I'll just fucking get our man to do it. And who's our man?
The Auto Mover.
Hey, the sponsor of this episode. Massive shout out to you, the Auto Mover. The Auto Mover provides simple, reliable, professional vehicle transport services, whether it's a car, motorbike, caravan, track toy, project, or just another broken SDV6 2011 HSE luxury Range Rover Sport.
One of them 2-piece cranks.
And the good thing is they can drive you to and from work every day.
Yeah, that's it. I'll literally hire him. He'll ratchet strap me down to the fucking flatbed and I'll just be like, oh, cheers, drive. Thank you. Just here, do. Yeah, so if you need your vehicle transported, much like I do, head over to www.theautomover.co.uk for a free quote. And in the vehicle description, include our code ITDH for 10% off your entire delivery, like the absolute legends that they are over there at the Auto Mover. So we can't thank you guys enough for that. Appreciate it. Oosh!
Where can we find them, Reg?
We can find them at the Auto Mover on all their socials, or again at www.theautomover.co.uk.
And link in bio.
And the link's in the bio, the link's in the episode description. There's a fucking link post with them every week, more than once a week. So head on over, chuck them a follow, chuck them some likes. We really appreciate that. Support the absolute criminals that support us, because there really isn't many of them out there. And we really appreciate the support, man. Thank you very much. Woo! Whoosh! I can take my hoodie off. I'm a bit warm.
So, Keith, how's the week been, mate?
Well, do you know what? I've not experienced a week like this in a very, very long time. So, I'm kind of in and out of work at the moment.
Why is that?
Because I don't know why, but someone sent me a letter saying I've got to go and do jury service.
Oh.
Who the fuck in their right mind? Surely it must go through, I'm guessing they go off like an electoral roll or something.
Yeah.
And then they'll pull names out and then they'll go, right, you're on it. But they must do some sort of vetting first. They must have looked at my, my Instagram handle or something and go, fuck, he's a right piece of shit, innit? He's associated to the fucking doghouse. I'm going to get him on down here.
But saw you put in for your fucking firearms license and thought, oh, really? Is that so?
Yeah.
Right, we'll make you pay for that, you can't.
Take you out the jury and stick you in the stand. So So I started this week, Monday, and it's an absolute fucking palaver. So for anyone that's obviously done it, bear with. For those that haven't done it before, this is kind of how it works. You get summoned to court, and if you don't turn up, you get £1,000 fine.
What?
Yeah.
Is there extenuating circumstances that can sort of you get out of it, basically, or not?
Yeah. Almost this time last year, I had the actual letter come through, and they said, right,
so they gave you 12 months.
You can defer it for a year, can't you?
So basically, that was at the time when I was still working for my previous employer. Money was really tight. I just could not financially afford to support it, because the thing with jury service, if you're employed, well, you're out of work, you're not getting paid, because it's the employer's discretion whether they actually pay you or not.
Right.
Oh, really?
So obviously, when you get summoned, the employer must release you to go. There's nothing they can do to stop you from going to jury service.
Right.
And then they get like a letter given to them, all the rest of it, and they can basically decide whether they pay you or not, or they can top your pay up. So the expenses that you can claim back from the court is up to, and I emphasise on up to, because it doesn't have to be that amount, £64.50 a day.
Ain't worth
Or
a wank,
thereabouts.
is it?
Fuck no.
So if my employer was to turn around and say, sorry, Keith, you're on your arse, mate, I ain't paying ya, that's then potentially minimum 2 weeks I could be out of work, not getting paid, and
Yeah.
have to live off £64 a day. Now, a lot of people might think, oh, it's fucking loads of money, but when you've got the overheads that we got to pay this day and age with gas, electric, water, fuel, all the rest of it, and which brings me on to the next thing, the case that I'm almost a part of at the moment, we'll get to that in a minute, is an hour and 15 minutes from where I live.
What?
So if I drive there, well, I've driven there twice this week, and I've done quarter a tank of fuel, which is, in my car, quite a lot of money.
Yeah, big spending.
Then you've got to obviously pay your parking. They won't reimburse you with your parking because there's a park and ride facility where I am. I looked into the park and ride facility. That's £4.50 a day. They'll only reimburse you £1.50.
What?
So this is going to cost me money. Now, the park and ride is on the wrong side of the motorway to where I'd get if I got a bus into where I'm going.
Oh my god.
The bus takes 3 hours because it leaves...
What?
Yeah, so it leaves my place, heads out towards Weston, then goes up to Bristol Airport, and then goes back the other way down to near where I should be. And it drops me off 45 minutes walk from where I need to be at the courts.
What the fuck?
This makes no sense. This makes no fucking sense at all.
So on that, courts don't start... Well, we don't have to be there till 10 in the morning. Fucking good job and all, really, because I've got to set off at 3 in the morning to get there. So when you go in, at the minute, they've got a thing called the Criminal Bar Association. It's something to do with the barristers, or as my
so it's
partner
not an
calls it,
actual bar.
baristas. I don't know what coffee making and fucking law has got to go hand in hand, but
Hey!
yeah. So
Pumpkin spice latte, please. I dare you. I dare you now. That's a nice Wix, but pumpkin spice latte, please.
So yeah, basically, at the moment, some cases aren't going ahead because of something to do with the barristers, lawyers, solicitors, whatever, not turning up to court. But as a jury, you still need to be there, because if they do decide to go through with it and you're not there, then it's obviously the court's fault that it can't go ahead, because you need a jury when a case opens. So you're right.
But the barristers aren't getting fined for not fucking turning up. then.
Probably not. No, they're sat there with their fucking macchiato, whatever, aren't they, in the blooming living room? Just shitbags.
I would know nothing about that because my coffee machine isn't it. Sorry, carry on.
So yeah, it's been a little. So I went on Monday, got there for 10 o'clock, sat in this room with 18 other people on the jury, and they obviously drag all walks of life in. You know, I thought being in the army, you see a lot of different people, but this is fucking next level. There's people looking out of windows,
Licking them.
picking their noses, all sorts of weird shit.
They
But,
chuck a fucking 4-pack of special brew in the street and just get a big net.
no,
come in to judge your peers, you bastards.
I mean, I reckon they pick the jury well. I mean, there's people from all walks of life. You've obviously got, like, you know, top end sort of businessmen in there. We've got people that work in, like, school and education. You've got fucking scumbags like me that have come in. You know, there's all walks of life in there. So the top and bottom of it basically is you go in there, you sit around and wait and wait and wait and wait, and then you'll get summoned into court. And then at the minute, there's 18 of us sat in the jury room, but on any one case,
12.
they only need 12. Now, the reason behind that is because if you go in there and, for example, the guy in the dock or someone there recognises you, or you have any link to the area or that person or individual, whatever,
Yeah.
they won't use you.
It's Toucan from the doghouse.
Well, this is it. Like, I thought that might work in my favour. Now, obviously went in Monday. They knew nothing was going ahead, so we got sent home. Come back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I was like, look, drive, fucking hell, just ring me up in the morning. Like,
Keen
are
or
we
no?
on or not? Like, do you
Job
know what I
on
mean?
or no?
I'll bring me fucking gear down. We'll fucking get on it. But no, you've got to report down there. So you've got to go through all that ball ache of buses, taxis, horses, and fucking, you know, all the Amish lot getting you down and all the rest of it.
You
So,
know, buggy.
sat on my horse and cart. And then they turn you and send you home. Like, it's, but the problem with it is, like, by the time they've released you to go home, by the time I get back, it's not like I can go back to work. Because by the
Right,
time I
it's
then
too
get
late.
to where I've got to go to site, they're packing up to go home.
Yeah.
It's an absolute fuck around. But went in Tuesday, we walked into the courtroom, and like, I don't give a shit. Like, I've gone in there, I've got me fucking like wife beater top on, white trash summer. Do you know what I mean? Genuinely, didn't give a fuck. They said dress smart, so that's as good as I'm going to do. Gone in there, and the judge is looking at me like an absolute fucking toe rag. And I thought, this might work. But then I looked up on one of the screens on the corner, there was someone there on a video call, like linking in.
Yeah.
I thought, I fucking recognise that bloke.
Oh no.
I went home, got an email that night. Yeah, we don't need you till next week. So I'm kind of guessing that I must have been recognised. The fucking Instagram's kicking off now. Look. And then, yeah, they sent me home. So obviously, because we got, well, the Queen's funeral would have happened by now when this has gone out, but that's obviously coming up on Monday. So, yeah, I'm not back until Tuesday now. I'm kind of hoping it'll be the fucking same sketch. However, you're kind of booked in for 2 weeks, allegedly. I might have nothing now up until Thursday next week, and then a case could start Friday, which could drag on for 6 months. And I've then got to carry on with it. So I've been told. What a fucking ball ache that is. So yeah, the kids are eating jam sandwiches and mouldy bread because we run out of money. So I'm not earning nothing and I'm paying out.
Thanks to the UK justice system.
Yeah, and it's an absolute shit show. Like, I actually looked at the, they've got like a form up in the office, sort of specifying what you can claim for. That's not been updated since 2011. Sort your fucking shit
Yeah.
out, you
Jesus
piece
Christ.
of shit.
You've had
2011.
11
That was
years
the
of
last time.
inflation, and they think a fucking bus ticket costs £1.50. Give your fucking head a wobble, you stupid cunts.
Now, the thing is, I didn't volunteer for this. I got summoned to it. And I think, well, if you want me there, you got to fucking pay for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or at least cover my cost. Match it or beat it. Otherwise, no king shag.
No.
I've never done it. Have you ever done it, Marlon?
No, thankfully.
Anyone can get picked for it.
No.
No, she's never done it either. One of my
That's because you got a criminal record, mate. That's why.
Oh yeah. Well, no, well, it's kind of. It's not. It kind of is a criminal record, but kind of not. But I'm not going to get too far into that because it's not podcast talk. Everyone's itching to know what I did, but no, I'm not talking about that. I think, but no. Well, they let me have a firearms license, so it can't be that fucking bad. And they even spoke to me about it when I applied for it as well.
Yeah, but I suppose what you got done for was a little bit like driving license points, innit? Like they let you off after a certain time, didn't they?
Yeah,
A bit
it
like
was-
Spunker, we got cleared after a while.
Yeah, it was
points,
like
innit?
after, I think it was after like 3 years, it was sort of expunged from my record or whatever, or sealed or something. I don't really know. It wasn't noncing before anyone
was
jumps
just
go.
about to make a
Reg is a
comment.
pedo. No, it was nothing sexual, for fuck's sake. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'd enjoy it. I think it's just like, like you say, it's expensive.
Yeah, and I think if I was, I don't want to say financially better off because I'd say I'm doing all right at the moment. I'm comfortable. It's just everything else in life at the minute that seems to be fucking pulling us back down, like your cost of living, all the rest of it. But we're all in the same boat. I get that. But if I could have financially supported myself through this, I would be quite interested to see, like, because the case that I've been told that I'm potentially going to be a part of looks really interesting. Now, when we walked in, they said at the courts, the only one thing that we don't deal with here is basically murder cases. But everything from fingering your
Buggery
nan to, you know, robbing houses, death by dangerous driving, all that sort of stuff. So don't be surprised when you go in, because I can imagine some people might be like, oh my God, what the fuck's this all about? But yeah, the case, we got told briefly what the case might be. And it does sound like it could be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I just couldn't wait to throw the spanner in the mix and just go with a complete opposite fucking opinion to everyone else.
Just hold out the jury for
Yeah.
like 6 months.
But yeah. So that's been my week, mate, really. Yeah. So between that and
Sounds fucking hell, if I'm honest.
rectifying fuck ups at work and shit like that, it's been a good fucking week.
That sounds fucking fun. Nat.
Yeah.
Oof. Marilanis, you look tired. Please tell the listeners why you are so useless.
Well, I went to a wedding yesterday. on a Thursday.
Strange day for a wedding, not gonna lie.
I drank too much.
No.
Yeah, like
It's not like you.
a lot.
You didn't send it as hard as I did, though. Surely you saw the night out.
Yeah, I reckon it's a short night. I reckon I went to bed at 11ish. And I did throw up on myself when I got home.
Oh, fuck. What, big styly?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh.
Quality.
She told me this morning. I was like, I never throw up when I'm sick. When I'm ball bagged.
No,
So
well,
I'm blaming dodgy food or something.
yeah, that's easy out, isn't it?
But yeah, that my head is still banging. I'm struggling on, so I will get livelier throughout the episode. Do not fucking worry.
What'd they do? Serve you a dodgy pint or something? I've had them in the past, mate. They're a fucking nuisance, aren't they?
They had Veltins on tap.
Where the fuck was that?
A weird house.
It wasn't down Farrington Gurney, was it?
No, Pennard.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I went to, no, was it Farrington Gurney? No,
They're still serving Veltins down there. They were doing that at the wedding I went to 4 years ago. Probably what it was, mate. Gone off.
I went to a wedding in Chew, one of the Chews, I don't know, Chew Magna, Chew Valley,
Chew dick.
Chew fucking what's it? So I
Judy's
don't know.
nuts.
Gaddy!
She thinks my track.
That's the wrong button.
I fucking hate those songs. We went to this me and Mule went to a wedding there, back along. Lovely wedding. Fucking, they're gorgeous place. All wood panel walls, a lot, you know. They gone all the fuck out.
Proper 80 spec wood
They
panel
got it.
walls.
Everyone's there drinking.
You got a
these-
mid border as well.
no, like proper like English oak, like, you know, posing as
Got the old lead water
Scandinavian
pipes
pint.
there and all the rest of it.
Yeah, that's it.
Weigh that in.
Eyeing it up, you know. I was, and we were there, and all my mates were like drinking pints, and me and Mule rocked up. We're like, "Oh, right, pint of Amstel Shag." Mule took one sip of it, looked at me, and he goes, "Ain't no fucking good." I was like, "Oh, is it?" So I sip. Fucking wanked. Absolute trash. Everyone else who sat there just drinking it, happy as Larry. I was going out to people like, "Is that drink all right?" "Yeah, it's fine, mate." I took a sip. "Do you mind if I think mine's a little bit." Try
Not
it.
fucking culture,
But
mate. That's why.
Absolutely clapped. I was like, fuck this. I was like, all right, I'll have a Peroni. We all pushed the boat out like fucking £6 a pint or something horrendous. That was off as well. I said, fuck this meal. Let's get on the cider. Pint of gold. That was off as well. What? That is what. Do you know what? I have a real gripe with places like this. It's fucking events places. They don't sell enough beer. The problem is they have too many fucking beers on tap. And let's say they do wedding a week, maybe a wedding every 2 weeks. They're not getting the throughput of beer, and they're too fucking tight, even though they're charging 40 fucking grand for a wedding or whatever. And you're buying the drinks as well. And all the piss was off. Fuck that. Me and Mule got on the bottles. They were like £7 or something for a 500 for like those big Peroni boys. And I was like, fuck this. And everyone's oblivious. It's like, have I woken up in a dreamland? Is everyone being hypnotized?
It was all a dream.
It was trash pints, and I can't fuck it. I won't abide it, Marlon. I won't abide trash pints.
No, to be fair, they had one cider on tap, one lager on tap. That was it.
That's all you need, man. That's all you need.
And good lager. I do like Veltins, but the more weddings I go to, the more
Who should you get?
yeah,
gonna
that
say
as
it.
well. I'm educated now,
Okay.
so
What,
When
I'm
I
getting
fir-
dressed?
no. When I first
That's what I
started
was gonna
going, no, I'm really good at that.
You look smart.
She only has to do. No, she doesn't do anything actually. She can't even tie a tie. I can tie a tie. Qualified.
Man of culture.
But
And you
yeah,
can put shoes on as well now.
car bar,
What?
car bar.
What?
Always take a car bar.
Oh, always sneaky pints. Always
Yeah.
got to have sneaky pints.
When you said car bar, I thought you meant breaking into someone's parked out on the... Fuck's sake, what weddings are you going to?
So like last night we had some Budweiser in the back. We had some vodka. There's a bit of Pimm's there. Like just use your shit up, really, innit?
Yeah, that's it. Chair pints. That's what I call them. You can put them under your chair, don't you? I was
Oh
like,
no, I just pop because the venue, the evening do venue, was right next to the car park. So
yes.
literally, I just go and check me tires not flat.
With my car bar.
Yeah,
It is a key because they do. Some places are all right. Like, I've been to one venue like twice, three times by the time this comes out, I think. 3 times, and they're sound on drinks, real fair prices. But some of these places you go, rob you fucking blind, and then when you get a shit pint, you just we left at like 6. I was like, I'm not even staying for the after do. Fuck this. It was a really nice place and really nice people, good friends of mine. But I was like, I'm not staying. If I can't drink, I ain't fucking staying. I'm gone. Then there's like one of those places where the car park's like 6 miles away, you know, on a but next to the walled gardens.
ah yes.
Yes. Mm.
Reg, how's your week been, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I was on a bit of a mad one today at work. I was rushing around like a headless chicken trying to get everything done so I could get in here and get recording pretty quick. Didn't actually happen. Anyway, we bought about a couple months ago, we got a massive pressure washer at work. And I mean like a massive pressure washer. You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, big old boy.
Big boy. You were like, I know. He's basically, he's like 3,600 PSI, 30 litres a minute. This thing could blow a hole in the its ass. Anyway,
Clean the bloodstained carpet.
it's
like
like-
really
Yeah.
quick.
Takes off all the ballistic shit off the glass, doesn't it, after you've been shot at?
Yeah.
Something went wrong with it, big styly, but I don't think it's big styly, but I ain't looked into it enough. And basically I needed a new one pretty quick sharp. Anyway, I had my eyes on this gorgeous V-twin petrol 5,000 PSI. It was a fucking demon. It was a demon. I can't tell you. It was a 700cc V-twin petrol. He was ready. You
That's
know,
the sort of thing you use for hydrodemming, mate. You'd be cutting through stuff with that.
he cut a pallet in half, guarantee it. Fucking gorgeous bit of kit. It weren't even that bad price. I think you're about $5,000.
And it's like clean dismemberment as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legs off like that.
Shut up. Anyway, I really wanted this one, but the powers that be in the accounting department, they said no. The
No.
man from Jamaica says no. So yeah, I sort of got stuck with this fucking heap of Chinese shite. It's called a VTUF, and I can highly recommend that nobody ever fucking buy one. It did have it. It got a Yanmar engine, which is Japanese diesel, which
Yeah.
is nice. But like you could just tell the build quality of it was shite. Like all the tubular steel was about fucking 0.5 mil thick, and it's just nasty. Anyway, so I was on it a day doing a bit, and I said a bit. I was on it 8 hours fucking straight, like white finger all the fuck. And wife's gonna have a lovely time later. Practically vibrating him around the room. Anyway, so I was going along, and I had all of a sudden pressure just disappeared at the handle, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, what's going on here? And I've always got the trigger cable tied open, so I ain't got to squeeze it because I'm a fucking demon. Anyway, so
Kink in a pipe shag, that's what it was.
I went back. Oh yeah, just one of the I've had it. I've probably put 16 hours on this thing. Yeah, I just blew one of the fittings clean off, just clean in half. A stainless steel fucking fitting. And
Is it stainless steel or is it Chinese stainless
well,
steel?
it's Chinese.
Painted
It's fucking
stainless steel.
Chinesium. I said to my employee, she was looking at it, and I looked at her, and I said, "You see that?" I said, "When something is that shiny, it's either really good quality or really bad quality." And we can see by the fracture straight through the fucking middle of it, and the fact that it is in two pieces, that would mean, she was like, it's really bad quality. I was like, we're getting somewhere. Yay, you're fucking learning. But yeah, it was a fucking shit show. So I'm there with all these spanners and that. Anyway, there's an unloader valve on them. Basically, unloader valve. So when you release the trigger, it sends the water, instead of running it through the pump constantly round and round and round and overheating it, it sends it back to,
Like a bypass valve. Then.
yeah, it's basically like that. Anyway, so I was sort of thinking, well, if I've constantly got the trigger cable tied open, do I need an unloader valve? So some full-on bush mechanics was going on here. Oh, Shaq, she's direct drive now. Just fucking one line in and one line out. If you shut that trigger off, the fucking thing's going to stall. So-
16 hours though. And something like that fails.
Oh, it
Ridiculous.
proudly emblazoned on the base of it, on the fucking half-mil sheet that the thing sat on.
10 minute warranty.
Fucking 3-year warranty. Fuck me, the thing come off the lorry. And when it came off the lorry, first of all, it was scratched because it was, you would think something like that. It was about $4,000-ish. I don't know, something like that. It didn't come on a pallet. No. Well, it kind of came on a pallet, but you think it'd be in a like wooden crate.
They come with like
Yeah.
prawn crackers or something.
Fortune cookie shack.
You laugh. You laugh. I got fucking wild.
You got a Chinese New Year
It
calendar.
turned up in a fucking cardboard box around a pallet. And it did that. It was missing its handbrake for a start. So this thing is just rolling forwards and backwards. Bang, 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 bang. All the way from fucking Fuckheadistan or wherever it came from. Anyway, I got it out, and the intake water filter had been crushed because it had run over its own water filter by rattling around in its little cardboard box. The thing weighs about 200 fucking kilos. So I rang them up. I said, look, I said, nice bit of kit. I said, shame you couldn't fucking package the thing straight. I said, because I can't even use it because the water filter's fucked on it. Oh, sorry about that. I said, it's also missing its handbrake. Oh, well, is the red handle there? I said, red handle's there, but I can see there's clearly something that's meant to go into this red handle. that you sort of lever forward and it jams into the tire. This isn't like, I was thinking it would be like a nice sort of bar that would come down and sort of press along the top of the tire. Oh yeah, no, don't worry, we'll get that sent over to you. Did you get the cake? I was like, what? Oh, he sent you some cake. I was like,
What, from China?
he sent me
It's gone off.
Well, I think the whole thing is sort of built in China, then it's like assembled in the UK and sold for a redistributor. I took the epoxy fucking sticker off the top of the pump that said VTUF, and underneath it was Yang Ding Wao.
I reckon half your problem, mate, was when he shipped it out of China, where they were dodging the missiles that the China were putting into Taiwan, and the fucking captain was steering the ship left and right and rolling all over the place. That's probably what it was.
Honestly, I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, what do you mean, what cake? Oh, he sent you some chocolate cake with it to say thanks. I was like, a better way of saying thanks would have been to build the fucking machine properly in the first place, now wouldn't it? Oh, yeah, right, I'll expect those next day then. Cheers, bye. Anyway, the thing's a piece of shit. I fucking hate it. Do not buy a VTUF. Anyone out there, if you're going to buy anything, buy anything from Hugh Crane. Not Ukraine.
Ukraine?
No, Hugh Crane. Hugh Crane. Hugh Crane cleaning equipment, the Commando. They're fantastic. Don't buy a Thor by dual pumps. Honda Rapiers are pretty good. Well, the Rapier with the Honda engine. Yeah, I'm quite keen with pressure washing. I know a fair bit about it, but yeah, they're just, so it's pressure washing is great. I really enjoy it, but it's just not out there anymore, is it? The quality, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everything has taken a fucking huge jump off a cliff, really.
It's
Chinese steel is it drives me fucking wild.
Honestly, I couldn't believe it. For 2 days that had lasted, realistically of working time, 2 days, and it had just blown itself to pieces. I was like, this does not bode well for anything. Oh, and instead of having proper rubber mounts, on the actual engine and the gearbox, it gets better, right? So you think you got engine, gearbox, pump. You think there'd be some sort of mounting frame for the gearbox and pump. No, we'll just fucking drive the casing bolts in, and we'll just hope that it floats there. It's literally the pump and gearbox are just hanging off the engine. The engine's fixed down. And even better, there's no vibration mounts for the engine, not proper vibration mounts you put on the bottom of a air compressor or something. Now they've just got obviously a sheet of rubber and just cut rectangles out of it, and then just sort of fucking screwed it down through that. I was like, whoa, we really are cutting. Oh, no diesel filter either. No diesel filter. Just one of those tiny little sort of
see-through things.
A little cylinder that kind of sits in the fuel neck that will probably lets in about 60 mil of fuel an hour when you're trying to pour it in. It's no inline filter, no nothing. Honestly, it is the biggest load of shite known to man. Yanmar are good engines, but the problem is anyone can buy one and bolt it to anything they like. It just fucking drives me up the wall, mate. I'm just done with it. Aside from that, we're still slowly creeping on with the old house renovation, as it were. We painted the office. She's very happy. Egyptian cotton, whatever the fuck that means.
What colour is that?
It's magnolia with 2 drops of fucking sage green in it, mate. That's what it is. But Dulux to take pride and charge me £40 for a 5 litre tin.
Dulux.
Yeah, I won't lie. It went on all right.
Did you buy their one coat gloss my ass?
Nah, mate. Nah, fuck all that. Just matte emulsion. I fucking one coat gloss. I've never heard so much bollocks in my life. And what it was. I bought that fucking thing from IKEA, didn't we? Bought that big chest of drawers. Fuck me. I don't know why is it with blokes, right? When we get flat pack and shit, we're always oh, how about smash together an hour? 6 fucking hours! 6 hours it took me to put that fucking thing together. The cunt's got 10 drawers, and he's about 2 meters wide, and he's about 80 centimeters high. So he's a fucking monster of a thing. Jesus, sweet Mary.
I feel your pain, mate. I
watched a season of Breaking Bad putting the fucking together.
I had it the other day, I got back home from work and she said, I've ordered a new bed for the little one. All right, sound. I thought, cut the struts down the side, headboard, fucking bottom board, slats in the middle, job done.
That's what you're thinking, innit?
Pulled this box out, mate. It was no bigger than a crate of beer. It had 102 pieces in it. I was like, you fucking taking the piss. I might as well just fucking mill the wood myself and make it up at night.
400 of those fucking little dowel pieces.
The ones,
and then you got the fucking quarter turn fucking jobbers that lock into the fucking stems. Oh my God.
Fucking killed her, mate, honestly.
They're also made out of fucking Chinese steel.
Oh, yeah, yes, they are. Oh, yeah, I found that out when I put the impact on the cunts. I thought I'd just fucking quick half a turn with the impact. So bang. All right, that's that one gone.
Smooth as a baby's bum.
Fucking hell, get the Phillips out. Fucking job. Yeah, not great. But so all week I've had the you know that fucking dreaded saying, and I think I saw some video about it back along that made me laugh, and it's so true. It strikes fear into the heart of every man with a partner, and that saying is,
I found your phone.
no, the saying is,
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
I'll get there in a minute. So I was thinking,
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
oh,
Here we go.
saying,
Sit down.
how much is this going to cost me? How much time is this going to take me?
And how long is it going to take you to take
And
it?
whereabouts on the list is this going? Whatever this one. I was just thinking, oh my fucking God. She wants to detexture all the ceilings.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, you got textured ceilings, haven't you? Same as me?
Yeah.
Yeah, she wants all of them, every single one detextured.
Andy on a trowel, you shag?
Divorce is going to be cheaper, innit?
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought so, yeah.
It's fucking cheesy. Yeah, a fucking spray bottle and some water and a fuckload of poly sheet. I'm not looking forward to it, boys. I think what I'm going to do is try and do the old shiny diversion tactic. Oh, look at this. Oh, we could go do this. Or, oh, look.
The problem is, as well, it's not
holiday.
like you can even like stud wall it and put some like fucking
Yeah.
drywall in it because you'll
Yeah.
bang your head on the fucking roof, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, I can't cover it. It's got to come off. You got two options. You got sand it, which is a cunt,
Or
you've
divorce
got, or you got fucking scrape it.
Skim it.
Yeah. Or what do you mean skim it? As in like we'll scrape it off?
Nah, skim it.
Nah, fuck that. I ain't paying a fucking plasterer to come and do that. Oh, house
Oh,
like
it's-
that.
the thing
Fucking
is-
money robbing cunts. They
If-
are at all. I've never seen a fucking.
Wait a minute. I'm
decent-
just going to look at
There's
my.
not a fucking decent plaster out there as far as I'm concerned. I've never seen half these straight fucking wall. I was painting my fucking walls at the weekend, looking at it like, fuck me, none of this is fucking straight or plumb. Fucking.
Or what you
slapped up
could
shit.
do, or I'll just look at my bag a minute for your balls. Yeah, no, I can't find them, mate. Sorry.
Yeah,
You
thing
could
is, I
just
just
tell her
get-
to shut up
Yeah, but
and fuck off.
just get on with shit, mate.
No, if Chief said, "Oh yeah, we're going to do all the roofs," nope,
You'd do it.
no, I fucking wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't ask you. It'd take like fucking 2 years to do.
No, I wouldn't even start it. I'm not fucking doing
I'm
that.
just a good part. I don't mind doing the work. It's just like when it starts, she's got a million fucking ideas, and I'm like, just one at a time, love, please. One weekend at a fucking time. Last weekend, I actually worked out. I sat down for 2 hours. Whole weekend. I sat down for 2 fucking hours. I was wild. She bitching and moaning that, oh, all we ever do is go out and do stuff with the fucking boys. You're always on the piss. You only ever fucking take time off for the boys. The fucking weekend off to do that. Fucking didn't sit down once. I was like, Jesus Christ, I had a quieter time on a Thatcher's tour, you can. Oh, I do love her, really. She's a fucking angel, but my God, it's a lot of work at the moment. It's a busy time.
So, the reason for the episode tonight.
Well, I asked all of you fucking disgusting, worthless pieces of shit to send me in your best school stories. So, and my God, you did. So, is
Might
that
have to be a two-parter.
it might be a two-parter. It might get trimmed down. That God alive. I hope your Biff, Chip, and Kipper is up to scratch.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I will say, Marlon, some of them I wouldn't say I rewrote them. I punctuated them. Some of them
right,
because
good.
even I was struggling to read them. But I've punctuated them for mine and your reading pleasure. So, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, should I start with mine?
Oh, you can start with yours if
Yeah.
you want, boo. You can do what you want, sweetheart.
So we went to a local school. We weren't too bad. We were. No, yeah, okay, we were assholes.
Yeah, you were red tie, weren't you?
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Music. One of the shittiest classes in the world. And we had like Hitler for a teacher.
I think music should be optional.
Yeah, it's one. Fuck off. So anyway, she was an asshole. Proper job's worth. Just not a very nice woman.
Yeah.
We made her cry once or twice just because she's an asshole. But she used to park her car right next to the block where she taught, and it was a Morris Traveller.
Oh, I know who you're on about.
It didn't weigh a lot, did it?
No, they don't.
No.
Shows how long ago you went to school, doesn't it?
Right next to the full Cortina.
So, after one of her classes, one day, she'd fucked us off quite a lot. Walked out of the door. There's a few of us, we clocked her car. And we all kind of looked at each other and just smiled. We ended up picking the ass end up and wheeling it down the road.
No.
Yeah.
Well, like literally all of you lifted
Yeah.
it and then just like fucking shuffled it down.
Yeah, didn't leave it in gear or anything, so just lift the ass end up and waddle up and down the road.
Fuck. She obviously found out.
Yeah.
What'd she say? Couldn't prove it, I suppose.
No. No,
Just like,
no.
what? You fucking horrible bastard.
Well, the next week we had her again, because that's how school works. You go back.
Yeah, you go back the next year, yeah.
She was like, "I know you did it."
Oh.
What? Nah, I wasn't us. Nah, I don't know what you're on about. Oh, that's your car, is it? No, I didn't know that. No, definitely wasn't us. But yeah, nothing ever came of it. It's just
Fuck him. So I got one here from our man Omelette. Shout out to Omelette, the fucking legend, come round yesterday, and I shit you not, he must have brought round 100 fucking beers. Wow, I got a fucking drink them, have I? I said, well, no, I know you're not going to drink those ones, Omelette, but you've bought all this. Look after the boys, don't I tell you what, I give him his fucking due. I bumped into him in Tesco's the other day, and I was picking up some dog food and a bottle of wine for the wife. The fucking clever bastard clocked what wine I bought, and then bought 2 bottles for Doll as well. She's got to fucking put up with it every weekend in here, and she got to look after her, keep her sweet, keep the podcast going, like invest in my own future. Fucking champion, right? So this one's from Omelette. So I went to a local well-known school, Whitstone, and decided to be a little bit rebellious at lunchtime and leave school site. Me and my mates went to the local Tesco to get lunch. When we came out, PC Jobsworth caught us and tried chasing us. We jumped off the Tesco wall on the roundabout with a massive tree on it across the road and fell over a 2-foot wall by the Honda garage, dislocated my elbow. It's safe to say PCSO Jobsworth caught me and phoned my parents, who then had to take me into A&E to have my arm put back in. Good news though, got the rest of the week off for it, so it wasn't all bad. He got another one here. So I was in town on lunch again, being a little rebellious student, and thought, wow, get me a haircut, save doing it after school. Well, got caught, didn't I? By PCSO fucking Jobsworth, who took me back to school with half a haircut. Had to go back after school to get it finished. Oh, fucking hell.
that's brilliant. I wish there was a photo of that.
I got one last one here. Last one. Head science teacher, Mr. Green, had a little greenhouse off his classroom. One day during our lesson, he decided to go out and check his plants. Well, he left the key in the door, so me and a couple of my mates locked him in and turned the sprinklers on. Turned out he don't like to be watered like his plants. He's such a little fucker. He was the one that had the fucking doghouse playing in the forklift in the warehouse. What are they gonna do? Sack I?
Fuck 'em.
Oh man, I fucking enjoyed that.
Right, so we got the next ones from Dirty Diesel.
Hey,
Many moons ago, when I was nonce fodder. I like that.
He still is, isn't he?
don't get me wrong, Jack. I love you, but you and your missus, you're like fucking 2 little Smurfs. Jess is a spinner though, so let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah, so is Jack by the sounds of it.
I heard he was getting dommed all the fuck after the bar crawl. Is that true? I don't know. It might just be word on the grapevine.
Might have been my fault, but
Peg him.
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
Right, so at school we had a courtyard in between 2 buildings, bang in the middle of school. In this courtyard was a big pole. Rog. Can't remember what it was made of, but had some hellish flecks in the wind. It was one thing that every time you go past it, you had a good old push and a shake to get her into Bendy Wendy. Now, one day, me and a mate thought if we get on each side, push and pull, to see what actual flex she's got. On top of the pole was a big glass dome with a light in. We pushed and pulled this pole and it almost went sideways drive. Next thing, the glass dome has gone straight up to the moon. A few seconds later, it hit the deck and just smashed into thousands of pieces. Then had to spend the next week running home to beat my mum to the letterbox before she got back from work. Me and my mate had to pay £1,000 each towards a new light for the courtyard and spent a week in the naughty boy booth. Pocket money out the safe and £1,000 in notes in an envelope and straight into the school office telling my mum had a letter for them. Fucking job done. Mum never found out.
Fuck, £1,000. Those robbing bastards. There's no way in hell that cost £1,000.
No. You know.
Fuck's sake.
Second one, he was in high school. He's moved to America now. At the time, but my mate's little brother was in middle school at the school they used to go to. At this school was a swimming pool. Proper Tory spec for a shithole. We managed to convince this lad to leave a stone in the push door of the exit of the swimming pool playground.
No.
Sort of a fire exit door that wasn't alarmed. We went in one night with bottles of washing up liquid and filled the filter system with washing up liquid.
Fuck.
And turned it off at the plug. The next day, the kids' swimming class was cancelled due to an unknown problem with the swimming pool. Never saw what happened, but apparently it would have made a hell of a foam party.
Cunts. I love it when they do it. You see when people put them in fountains, it's just absolute
Carnage, innit?
It's absolute aggro to get rid of as well. And you got like properly, I think you got like, it's got to go through like hundreds of times. Even that, you got to flush the whole thing. Little bastards. I was watching some bloke on YouTube. This guy, Ali Law. You ever heard of him?
Name rings a bell. Yeah,
he does like breaking into shit or like overnight challenges where he goes to IKEA and then just like hides in like one of the set up bedrooms overnight and just sits in there, and then they like fuck around at night and they try and like not get caught. There was one where they went to a fucking like a school swimming pool, did exactly the same as that, got in for a fire escape, went into a storeroom, restacked all the boxes, and then hid behind the boxes until the fucking thing, like until the place closed. And then they went after like everything shut. They just threw everything in the pool, like everything, all the pool noodles, all the floaties, like fucking everything. And some bloke comes and bangs on the window like, "You're not meant to be here." He's like, "Yeah, we're from the social media team. We're doing a video for the school." And they're, "No, you're not." He's like, "Yeah, fucking come and get me." And one of his mates, he's there blammering on at the window like, "You little kids." And his mate's just there slowly rolling down the blind, just like, "Bye, bye, bye." Such little cunt. Does make me fucking laugh.
He's got a little tagline on the end of this. Little shout out for the school episode, if you can, to our lovely Jess. When she was younger, she was full Tory spec. Private school cost many pennies. Get this though, it blew my mind when she told me she never ate a turkey Twizzler or never did potato stamping at school. They had a 3-course lunch brought out to them. How the other half live. I always tell her she hasn't lived if she hasn't had a turkey Twizzler. Also, the owner of the private school was called Uncle Barney by all the students.
Oh,
Check the hard drive there.
That's fucking weird. Uncle Barney.
On a plus note, you know what they say? The posh birds love anal.
They do. They really do.
By Uncle Barney.
Barney's Funhouse.
Yeah, so Dirty Diesel, you can thank Uncle Barney for that. Wish my missus went to that school.
Be like blowing over the top of a moonshine jug, wouldn't it? Oh, fucking hell. Oh, man. Right. I got one here from our man, Ollie Giles. Django himself. Old school stories. Where do I start? Think with the racism one. So in secondary school, there was one lad who was an utter cunt. Anytime he would call me an N or a black cunt, I just retaliate, but always get in trouble for it. Until one day he called me a dirty black cunt. Well, I just saw red and threw him against a fire door. Little did I know, in capitals, that the door wasn't strong. It wasn't the strongest in the world. It broke off at the hinges, set the alarms off. I dropped the little cunt and the whole boarding house pretty much stampeded over him. Still got expelled for it, but was totally worth it. Which brings me on to my next one. The new school I moved to was a Quaker school and didn't believe in punishing students. Well, I thought I was the Fresh Prince having the run of the place. Just imagine, you can just see him getting thrown out like Uncle Phil threw Jazzy Jeff out. Ah! Having a defender with no locking doors in the boarding school wasn't the best idea. Often used as a smoking shelter, grandstand for rugby, a bar, a book locker, a shag palace, a battering ram on the vending machines. While ripping out the securing bolts from the walls so we could tip the contents out. The car park was on top of a slope overlooking the rugby pitch. This often led to me being called over the tannoy, as it would somehow let its handbrake off, take itself out of gear and roll down the slope every morning, it felt like. Also used to have to do groundskeeping as a way to punish me, mostly raking leaves. But I'd got pally with the janitor and managed to gain the use of the mini road sweeper, get the job done sharpish and bugger off down the bar for a few. I can't believe, of all the people to put in a school that doesn't believe in punishing kids, Ollie Giles would not be the. Oh no, he's been expelled from this place. Let's take him to somewhere that doesn't believe in punishment. Yeah, that makes fucking sense. Where is a Quaker school anyway? What is a Quaker?
I've
I know
never.
they don't believe in violence. Quakers don't believe in violence.
I thought they made porridge.
What was Quakers? Yeah, well, he was a Quaker. Yes, I know, but I thought Quakers were pretty big over in like the Midwest, weren't they? Keith, you're our go-to man on that kind of shit.
Pass.
I don't fucking know. Wrong side of the border for you, innit?
Yep.
You're a Canada man. Fucking hell. Right. Marlon.
Horsepower Images has sent this one in. All right. Okay, in year 5, you youngsters call it year 11.
What the fuck?
Must have had a different structure. I was having extra lessons. Oh, wow. With a very young and pretty English. Oh, right. Pretty English teacher. We thought we were being careful and nobody would ever find out. 4 or 5 months in, we were in her car in a different town when we had a quick kiss at the traffic lights. No harm, as nobody would know, right? Well, next week I'm in English when the RE teacher walks in, looks at me and winks. He was a good laugh, so I didn't think anything of it. He then looked at the teacher and asked if she'd had a good weekend.
Oh, no.
When she said, it was good, thanks. He smiled and replied, I bet it was. I saw you in this town and you looked to be having fun. Turns out he was the car behind us at the traffic lights. That was the end of that.
Quality.
Fuck. But that was the end of that. I guess that was the end of that. It's just like, oh, well, it was all, everything was fine because it was back in the day and, you know, no harm came to anyone. And that was the attitude that led to Jimmy Savile. Well, you know, they're dead. Who are they going to tell?
Fucking hell.
Woof.
Maron.
Oof, Maron. Right, got one here from our man, Jordan Morgan, this king of scrap. I scratched a teacher's brand new 3 Series Coupe BMW from the backlight to the headlight with a stone because he said I didn't need help because I had learning difficulties. Then gave it the big un in his class asking who'd done it. He thought it was someone else, even then asked the repair bill 3K later. Still didn't find out it was me. That's just fucking horrible. So we had a really cunty PE teacher, and he was a cunt to everyone. He used to talk to us all like shit. He was a Nancy cunt and a perv when we used to get changed. So when we were out playing rugby one day, me and a few other of our rugby team from outside school come up with a plan to wipe the cunt out. So me being prop and my fellow prop playing 2 biggest cunts on the pitch. He'd run down the sideline and I'd wipe him out. So we'd done that. As I wiped him out into the teacher, the old cunt buckled on the floor, fucked his knee, and never came back to school. Fucking hell, that's cool. Well,
I fucking hate PE. You know what they say about teachers, don't you? If you can't do, teach.
Yeah.
If you can't teach PE.
Yeah, we had like 2, Mr. Thee and Mr. Ward, didn't we?
Yeah.
One of them was like the most. Everyone always said he was from the army, but he wasn't. He was just so fucking regimented. And the other one was
so dense.
You remember that haircut that like everyone? Well, probably I'd say everyone when we were younger. The people that were older, it's probably you, Keith. Like with the back spiked up and the front swept over.
No, that was after me.
Oh, it was after you. Yeah, you know those ones. He always had his hair like that, and he was like, "Right, guys, yeah!" And he loved basketball, and it was the most peculiar things. He was a short and stocky man.
With a massive fucking cone back on his head.
Yeah, literally.
I used to be in the school basketball team.
You did?
Yeah.
You wish you were a little bit taller. Wish you were a baller. Wish you had a girl who looked good. You could call her.
Yeah, we were fucking shit, I think.
I don't think Luke was a baller, our mate. Yeah, he was a big basketball player, but no, I'm never really interested in that. I couldn't dribble myself, let alone dribble a fucking ball. Oh, this one's fucking
This
good.
one is a banger. I did have a little look at this one. Right, so this one is sent in from Bunny. So, she said it. Sorry, it's long. It's a bit fucking long. Secondary school. Living my best life, bullying the local smelly gypsy boy, Reg. There's a new history teacher. I don't remember this history teacher.
I do. I think it was I think he joined as you left.
Right.
And then left shortly after. As we'll find out shortly.
So there's a new history teacher who wears the tightest trousers and rests his bulge on the desk at every opportunity. My teenage self fell in love, found out he was married, devastated. But I'm patient. Take GCSE and A-level history. When I find out he was teaching them, and spend the next few years only doing my work for those lessons. Arriving 10 minutes early, wrote hearts around his name on my book, the lot. 100% sure that I'm going to bag this man one day. Fast forward a few years, one night out in the only place to be, kudos. Mr. Thingy's over there. I'm told, look over in disbelief. This is it. This is my time. I manifested it for years. In my intoxicated state and full of confidence, I slide on over. Recognise me, sir?
Sir mind.
Oh, fucking hell.
Get some response about the size of my tits being unforgettable. Choose to ignore that. Being weird.
That's weird.
I'm in. Side note, by this time he is divorced. End up back at his that night. Wake up the next morning not remembering much. Damn. And decide I need to sneak out while he's asleep because I look like I've had a night of it. But decide I'll write a note because your girl's classy and polite. Rummage around and find an envelope and write, thanks for last night. In case you want to see me again, here's my number.
My
and then
asshole looks
escape.
like a chewed orange.
Do a horrendous walk of shame from one end of Wells to the other, thinking I'll never hear from this man again. Next day, bam, get a text. Invites me over for dinner. We go shop for ingredients.
Hey, yo.
Take me out for dinner, baby. Bump into two teachers. Fab, have a lovely meal, drink some wine, have slightly more sober sex. Is disappointing compared to the fantasy, but I've come this far now. Not a quitter. Anyway, ends up becoming a bit of a routine. Once or twice a week, we have dinner, hang out, fuck. I also get to hear things about teachers I probably shouldn't have. We agreed to keep things casual, have a few months of fun. I'm living my dream. Some of his students find out because this, of course, is Wells, and there are some complaints from parents. But the head is fine with it. I'm no longer a student at this time. Over time, I ended the arrangement, the excitement wore off, and we went our separate ways. No hard feelings. I believe he lost his job and moved out of Wells. Continues to message me now and then for a few years, but eventually gave up. Solid, 6 out of 10 shag. Bumped up to a 7 because of the novelty of it and his life goal achieved. Would have been an 8 if he made me call him sir. God damn.
A little bit of backstory to this. So when I put that story up, she messaged us and just said, I banged a teacher, ... or something to the effect of that. And I just said, oh, not Mr. Thingy. And she was like, oh, yes. I was like, but he shagged somebody else in my year. Basically, he got a divorce. His life went down. Well, no, he got a divorce. And then he was teaching an A-level class. And one of the students like bent over or something, and he said, "Don't bend over much more. You'll leave nothing to the imagination." Of course, all the boys were like, "Way, Sir's a legend." Sir was not a legend. Sir had to have somebody else in the class supervising him, make sure he didn't fuck the kids. and then he sort of went on a downward spiral. Spent most weekends in Kudos banging ex-students, and yeah.
I'm glad all my kids are boys.
Getting on. Living a fucking dream, he was, mine.
Yeah, I'm going to say, imagine if they fuck one of their teachers. What's going to happen then? They get high-fived to death.
Yeah.
Mind blown, mate. But what you got to remember is I didn't stay in school that long, so I didn't experience all this shit. This is all like, listening to this stuff now is fucking new to me.
Mind blowing, like.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did...
You got lassoed into the fucking recruitment office on the way to school. Come here, you!
Well, no, I mean, I went to secondary school in the UK for about 2.5 years, and then obviously we moved out to Spain. And I went to secondary school there for about fucking 6 months. I had enough of it and fucked off and got a job. And the school I went to in the UK was an all-boys school as well. So we didn't have all this, like, you know, because it's that age, innit? Sort of year 7, year 8, where boys start finding their balls.
Yeah.
Girls start dripping like fuck fridges. Like, and everyone starts fucking shagging and getting pissed. Do you know what I mean? I didn't have none of that. I didn't experience it like that. So, yeah, fucking hell. Mind blown.
You know, Slough must have been fun.
I didn't actually go to school in Slough.
Oh, didn't you?
No, I went to school in Maidenhead, so there was...
You say it like it's better.
No, it wasn't. There was more of the Asian and ethnic community there than probably was in Slough, to be fair.
Oh,
so it was,
hell.
yeah, I fluent in Urdu, Pashto, Jewish.
Mandarin.
I think we jacked up the big... Well, not me personally, it was someone I knew. There was a massive fight on the blooming all-weather pitch. It was... I know it's going to sound fucking horrible now.
Oh, the AstroTurf.
Foreign versus Whites.
Ah.
Yeah, big. 1,500 boys, mate.
Shit.
Pretty much, it was 2/3 them, 1/3 us, because that's the ratio we was at. And there was all sorts involved: cricket bats, hockey sticks, and then the police in riot vans, helicopter,
Dogs,
Yeah.
the lot.
Yeah, no,
Tear
that went
Two
fucking
tanks.
wild. That took an hour and a half to organise. That did, from start to finish.
But just to organise it.
Word got round so quick, and we got men back then. We didn't have like mobile phones and fucking WhatsApp and all the rest of it. That was just word of mouth.
Yeah.
That was quality.
Fuck's sake. Right, I think it's about time we cut to a break. I'm going to get a beer of the week, have a piss. Yeah, we'll be back shortly. Right, love you all, scumbags. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to moisturise. So we sent you to the fridge.
Yes, we sent me to the fridge and I have returned. But before beer of the week, as always, a massive shout out to our sponsor, the sponsor of this episode, the Auto Mover. The Auto Mover provides simple, reliable, professional vehicle transportation services, whether it is a car, motorbike, caravan, track toy project, or just another broken Land Rover. They will take the best care of you, delivering it to anywhere in the UK, from Cornwall to Carlisle. If you need your vehicle transported, head over to www.theautomover.co.uk for a free quote, and in the vehicle description, include ITDH for 10% off your entire delivery. Like the legends that they are. And where will we find them on their socials, Marlon?
So that's the Auto Mover on Instagram. You can also check every fucking episode link throughout September. Also link in bio, and
www.theautomover.co.uk. Oos, nailed it. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that. Go over there, sling them a follow, sling them a like. If you got a car or anything that needs fucking moving, hit them up. Use ITDH in the description for 10% off your entire delivery, which is fucking sweet. Thank you very much. Awesome. Right, let's go into beer of the week.
Have you noticed what's on these? I reckon they're like Chinese knockoffs, because there's a lot of
Oh yeah, what on earth? There's a load of- Ah, yes.
money, money here, money more.
And you cuss me out.
I will go and get you some nice colouring crayons.
There's no stuff on here, Marlon.
That's right, I've already found it.
Oh, you have? Ooh,
Is
well,
it linked into his pressure washer or?
fuck's sake.
That's a Lincoln pressure washer.
Right, Marlon, what have we got?
So we have a Brewdog Dead Pony Club Session IPA.
I know, I think this is one of the very few sort of core lineup from Brewdog that we haven't had yet. We've had like Elvis Juice, we've had IPA, Double Punk IPA, and all the other fucking good ones they do. This was sent to us by who, Marlon?
This was sent to us from Crumpet,
Yeah,
our main man, Omelette.
who sent us a hideous amount of beer this week. So massive shout out to you, mate. Right, without further ado, Marlon, I think it's about time that you read the market and bullshit.
Right, our West Coast Session Pale Ale kicks like a mule. Dead Pony Club is a low amplitude, high voltage hop hit. Alive with flavour, it's hopped to Pacific shores and back. It's bullshit, isn't it? Dive into aromas of citrus, lemongrass, and lime zest, toasted malt, base, ebbs to a huge hop hit.
A lot of reading in this episode,
Yeah.
boys. It's been a long week. Give us a break.
Washing. It does say washing. Washing tropical fruit, floral garlands, and spicy undertones all over your palate.
I'm bored, Marlon. I'm bored.
Dead Pony Club, California dreaming for the craft beer
Oh
generation.
my God, shut up.
up! Fuck Brewdog.
Right, should we go? I'll pass it round. There you go. Oh. There you go. You can do. You bet you do yours yourself, Keith, or I'll fuck it up. Right. Well,
Oh, she's lively. Right, okay.
Oh no, it's bueno. No.
No, me say Marlon.
It tastes. It's 3.8%, but it tastes. It's bitter and tastes stronger than that.
It does taste stronger,
Yeah,
but there's
it's-
no body on it.
No, there's nothing to it. It's just like
Yeah.
quite short and sharp, and that's about fucking it, really. I Yeah, definitely getting the sort of
The citrus is there.
yeah. It's always citra hops. Just like I don't know. Oh, it's just another one, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's just another one. It's just another. You could put that in a lineup of 10 with other fucking session IPAs, and I'd be like, yeah, that's a session IPA to be sure. And that's about all I
Yeah.
fucking think of that.
I mean, that weird taste of lemongrass after you've drank it. It's a bit strange.
It's dry again, like the last one we had. It's dry. It's not. I don't get when they do these sort of fruity, lemony, citrusy ones, and then it's like really dry. I'm like, well, surely it should be like juicy and nice,
Yeah.
and like proper juicy. Sort of what they call them, JIPA or whatever. I fucking know. But yeah, no, I'm not so sure. What are you thinking, Keith?
Call me strange, but have you ever had one of them moments where you can like
Nonce.
almost taste the smell? So you can relate a smell to a taste?
Yeah.
Is anyone on board with me on this one?
Yeah.
So-
ass.
Do you remember that pub we used to drink in up on the top of the Mendips?
Yeah.
Which is all like gone really fancy and shit now. Do you remember when you used to go into the toilets out the back and had them like old school fucking like urinals, wasn't it? Where it was like piss in a tray or like it fell on the floor?
Yeah.
And it,
The,
Do you
citrus, the urinal cakes.
yeah, so you know when you used to like piss in the bottom, you had that smell that can't hit you on the nose like a fucking ton of bricks. That's
Yeah.
almost like the taste. I can smell that. Taste that
Yeah,
smell.
yeah. Taste the smell.
Yeah.
Taste the smell. I know what you're saying.
So it tastes like urinal cakes.
Yeah. With a hint of piss. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fucking drink. I can drink it.
It's just
Like,
all round not great, if I'm honest. Like on every angle, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
You've
tell
got,
you what,
you've got a
that's it.
hard hit, but no body behind it to pack it and follow
That's
it through.
it.
Yeah, but then you get like that sort of metally taste on your tongue, like you've been punched in the gob. You get that like blood. Like,
Yeah.
that'll-
Lovely bit of iron there.
that's the one.
It just kind of sucks all round.
That's it. You taste it, meh.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I was quite looking forward to it 'cause I've never had Dead Pony Club before. I've had most of the sort of core lineup from Brewdog, but no, that sucks. I can eat a fucking dick. Oh, excuse me. That's what I think of you.
The more I drink of it, the less I like it.
Yeah, it's unusual that is because usually the more you drink, you go, oh,
You can get
actually,
yourself into it, can't you?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can talk yourself into it, over time, but not with this. This just sucks. I'm sad. That doesn't matter because bless him, Omelets brought us a fucking disgusting amount of beer.
There's
So
a shit ton of piss over there, isn't there, mind?
it's taken up three P38 seats. That's how much beer he has bought us.
Stacked 5 high.
Yeah, no joke.
I am so looking forward to those big boys.
I know. I'm very excited. Yeah.
Have you
well,
had those before?
I have not. No.
Yes. Very nice.
I do like the.
Facts? Fakes?
Don't let them know.
Oh, okay. But they're huge. Right, so scores on the doors on this fucking thing.
I'm at a 2.
I'm going to go 1, mate. I really
Oh,
don't.
that's scathing.
I really don't like it.
I think one's pushing it.
Yeah? You think one's bought for good? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I
there,
don't-
there is a 0.
there is 0.
No, I wouldn't give it a 0. I mean, any piss is drinkable, isn't it? I mean, even
we haven't-
piss is drinkable, but
Give it a 0. I think the only one I really remember fucking hating, well, it's 3 actually, was that Yonder cheesecake bollocks.
That was hideous.
The Boss Brewing stuff that Ed brought ages ago from Aldi or Lidl or whatever. It was like Kingpin Rising.
Yeah.
That was fucking horrendous. And I can't remember it all of a sudden now. There was another really shit one. Can't remember. Anyway, yeah, they sucked. I think they were 0s. But yeah, so what? I'm a 1, you're a 1, you're a 2. We'll call that a fucking 1 then, I reckon, innit?
Yeah, it still tastes like ass.
Yeah, no, that sucks. All right, so that is a 1 out of 10 for Brewdog Dead Pony Club. If there are any fucking beer connoisseurs listening, I'm sure you'll be like, that's the best beer in the world. Brewdog can't do any wrong.
Fuck Brewdog.
Turns out it can. No, to be fair, like I don't like them as a company, but they do make some fucking brilliant beers. But that thing sucks ass. No est bueno from Reggie. Right, let's get back into some more fucking school stories from all of you disgusting degenerates. Let me find where we are. Ah, yes. Here we go from Mr. Will Austin. School story. I went to a Nancy private school nearby. It's one of 2, isn't it? Which one is it? Which one do you reckon it is? Do you reckon it's Cathedral or
No,
Millfield?
I reckon it's Millfield.
Millfield. He looks sporty, doesn't
Yeah.
all happens there,
he?
doesn't it?
He looks Millfield in the face. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My best mate from 6th form was there on a scholarship. He wasn't a nonce. He was a scumbag in a Nancy school, just like me. He lived in town and had a bedroom on the ground floor. I stayed over and we boshed some archers and Red Square and climbed out of his window and went in town fucking around with temporary traffic lights, traffic cones, shopping trolleys. You guys know the drill. We walked past our English teacher's house and thought, being the bad men that we were, we should let her tire down. We actually really liked our English teacher. She was a great teacher and didn't deserve any of this. we let some air out and fucked off. But wait, there's more. Monday morning, school. We get called into someone's office. There have been reports of vandalism. We both panic. The school was involved. Our parents were involved. The fucking police had been involved. We both knew what we'd been up to that night and were being dishonest, lying scumbags that we were. We were both ready to deny whatever it was we'd been accused of. Two things we didn't know about the English teacher's car situation. Number one, the car had a foot-shaped dent in the rear quarter. Number two, the prick over the road was a part of Neighborhood Watch and had a fucking camcorder. Oh.
He was filming kids.
Nonce.
The police didn't take any action. Our parents were wild with anger. English was never the same again, and that prick over the road can burn in hell. I've got a letter from school to my parents somewhere. Oh shit!
Yes,
That's just like drunken tomfoolery, isn't it? He didn't say that he kicked the fucking door, but he must have done pissed up. Or the rear quarter, but like just letting some air out.
Gotta go on candid camera.
It's just like, oh yeah, but fucking what of all the things, like, you know, CCTV on houses wasn't a thing back then. Well, it wasn't really a thing back 5 years ago. It's only been recently that you've got this whole like Simply Safe and all that fucking bollocks, which made it like, you know, affordable for people to have CCTV on their houses. But what are the chances of getting fucking done over by some fucking VHS camcorder with fucking curtain switcher? He's out fucking. I bet he's out watering his fucking peppers and wanked himself off in the morning, like with his camcorder.
Nonce.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Nancy teachers.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of those. There's more to come. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Right then, this is from Geordie11. Right then, scumbags, you want a story from school? I got one. So back when I was in year 10 at Frome College, people, including me, used to go down on the bottom playing fields to smoke and break.
Just to smoke and break.
At break and lunch to smoke. Also, allegedly went to the chip shop at lunch. Actually, fuck that. We definitely went to the chip shop at lunch. Anyway, this one lunchtime, me and a few mates at the time were down on the bottom field in the hedge that a few houses' gardens looked over. That's where they smoked. So there was a broken classroom chair and a tire. At some point this lunchtime, someone decided to start a small fire. I thought it was a good idea. At first, it was a few Rizzlers and some dry branches, nothing too extreme. As it started dying out, a can of deodorant came out. Yep, that's where it got going. And a few more branches on there. Sweet.
This is a bonfire, is what he's doing.
Yeah, by this time it was
a good old mend it burn up, this sounds like.
By this time, it was coming to the end of lunch and we started thinking about going. As we were leaving, a mate decided that the tire he was sat on was going to end up in this fire, and allegedly some more deodorant. We started to walk back up to class. As we were at the bottom of the ski scope in college, my mate said, "Oh fuck," we all turned around and we could see black smoke coming out the hedge. We quickly all got to our lessons and were all very quiet. Halfway through the lessons, one lad said, "Did you have a bonfire last night?" As he could smell my blazer.
Smelled like a fucking dinner, I bet.
Bit worried at that point, but nothing came of that day. The next day, however, was a bit different. Me and my friends were pulled in about the situation and someone had taken pictures of the fire and reported us. The end result, all three of us got excluded for 3 days and we come back to have a meeting with the fire brigade about the fire. To this day, I don't know if a fire engine was called or who managed to tell the school exactly, but fuck it. Enjoy the 3 days off.
Bastards. Like, just, I was surprised they'd start chucking fucking burn the insulation off the copper, like. It sounded like a proper fucking burn. Oh, couple of old tires to get rid of. I think the old man's got a fridge out the back we should get rid of as well, son. Just drag that out. Fuck, I mean, don't get me wrong. Playing with fire as boys, that was like I mean,
That's what you used to do.
It was like
wasn't
a rite of passage, wasn't it? I used to go around my mate's house. It was actually our mate George from fucking Silky Media. And Keith was like in the picture back in those days. And his mother, Maxine, would just let us burn anything in the back garden. She'd be like, "Oh yeah." We'd be out there with fucking, out there with deodorant cans.
I was going to say, I remember coming out of one. I was working in the kitchen, and I came out, and Reg was there with George, burning fucking was it like wrestling figures or some shit like that with a fucking aerosol can and a lighter? And I was like, "What are you two
aerosol
fucking
can
doing?"
and lighter was the boy.
Yeah, just setting fire to shit. No one cared. And I was like, it never blew me hand off, but like, you learned from that shit, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, you get burnt a couple times, like, fucking hell. And then the old fire gets a little bit out of control. And you're like, oh,
Have
shit.
you ever chucked a full deodorant can on a fire?
Yeah, I did.
That is incredible.
I knew, was it a friend of mine? I think he didn't blow up his hand. I remember he got hit in the ribs or something. I got cut by one once. So I chucked one on a fire and we were stood behind like a really skinny wall. Like I was trying to breathe in like as much as I could to like fit behind this wall. And the fucking deodorant can went past me, cut my shirt and it cut me across the abs. Like, I don't know, it was fairly deep enough that I had to bandage it myself. So my mum didn't find out it would bleed through my shirt. Oh, fucking hell, yeah. That was the last time I'd done that. They are fun when they go off, though. You ever set fire to, ever chucked a fucking expanding foam can on a fire?
No.
They got well.
Oh, my God. It's like napalm. They just explode, and then all the expanding foam goes everywhere, and it's like...
Because it's flammable, isn't
It's
it?
like fucking napalm. It's horrendous.
I'll tell you what does got well. Remember the old Honda Club 90s? So when
Born and raised in Slough.
so when we was kids growing up on the estate we lived on, so bearing in mind this
On the estate.
this estate was built on the outskirts of Slough for the people that lost their homes during the war in London, right? So it was a very predominant white, rough, fucking pikey community, do you know what I mean? Like, but you never shut on your own doorstep.
Yeah.
It was one of those sort of places. But yeah, we was known for getting up to all sorts of mischief. Now, one of our sort of like things to keep us entertained on a weekend was what we'd do is we'd get someone to ring up like Domino's Pizza or something, order a pizza to like one of the houses where we lived, but then order like 14 or 15 pizzas to a house 2 or 3 doors down. So our mate would stay at the house where we ordered the first one. He'd receive that pizza, then there'd be about 4 or 5 of us waiting behind the edge down the road when Mr. Abdul, whatever, would like get off his moped and walk up to the house with the first couple of pizzas. Because he can't carry all of them, can he?
No.
We'd jump on his moped and fuck off down the woods. So we'd like go and tear around the woods all afternoon, all evening in a moped, like tearing up, fucking popping wheelies, crashing into trees, going ghost riding it down the hills, smashing
13
pizzas, like filling our bellies. And then when we run out of fuel, we'd obviously set light to it and obviously get away all the damage, all the evidence, whatever. But like what we didn't realise, like it almost felt like a moped with like less than no fuel left in the tank. It's almost like the vapors. Obviously, they're a lot more flammable, aren't they, than just like dense fuel.
Vapors explode.
You bang a match on that, mate. Fuck me, I don't know. I'll go with a bang. God, fucking hell.
You sort of shoot yourselves in the foot then, because no one's going to deliver your pizzas. Then you got like
No, they delivered it for ages, mate. Just another moped, didn't they?
just hire some other spotty 16-year-old. Be like, yeah. Old the other guy retired. Yeah, he packed it in. He's gone away. In fact, he's walking everywhere. The poor cunt.
To be fair, the community that was in that part of Slough, I'm surprised they didn't tip up on a fucking tuk-tuk.
I suppose you'd have a fucking pile of mopeds in the woods. In years to come, in thousands of years to come, they're going to look in a part of the woods in Slough and they'll be like, what happened here? Why are there so many mopeds?
Honestly, it was
Pizza boxes.
it was
great.
It was such a flipping rough estate. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nothing to be proud of, but like, I look back on my childhood and it was fucking brilliant. Like, at one point, so where I live was on a place called the Britwell Estate. Like, if anyone that's in the sort of Slough community, they'll fucking know this place. Now, I can't remember how old I was now. I was probably about 10 or 11. The place was so fucking rough. They tried filming a film on. They didn't have to do no like changes to the buildings. Like it was a film. It was called like Titanic Town or something like that. It was like about some like run down fucking shithole place. And they were filming for about 2 days and gave up because all the kids were nicking the fucking cable out the back of the fucking trucks. Honestly, it was like
they're filming about a rundown place and they had to do it up.
Yeah, very much, mate. Yeah, but like all the kids were nicking all the cable out the back of the lorries and everything away in the fucking local yard.
Hell.
Yeah, it was so bad. Even the pikeys wouldn't come to our estate.
You'd nick the copper from them. Got any
Oh.
batteries, mister? No, have you got any batteries?
Nice. That's why I did my first driveway.
God, live. Right, let's have another one. Short and sweet. This is from our boy Sammy. I got given some condoms in sex education and went straight to the toilet for a posh wank afterwards.
Quality. Short, sweet, to the point, like that.
Can you remember?
I don't think I could get off in the school toilets. I could get off in most places, but
Why?
fuck
I never
that.
thought of shit like that. See, when we got given condoms, the first thing we
Blow
thought
it up and put it on your head.
post box, or you remember the old telephone box you used to get? They don't exist now, do they?
You used to be able to blow, like, stretch them over them.
Get them over a telephone. That was the challenge, wasn't it?
My mum always told me, so if you boil one, you can stretch them over a telephone box. So anyone that says, "Oh, I don't fit condoms," it's absolute bollocks. You can fit them over a fucking telephone box. Another one here from Nige. Just a disclaimer, I found out more after I left school. So just before I started as a young year 7, my sister had left the very school the year before I started, warned me about a weird teacher. Let's call him Mr. Toy. On one of the first days at Sidmouth College, even though he was not in my class tutor, we still all went down to his classroom. In turn, so did every other tutor group. I think it was set up to set up your own account on the school computers to have your photo taken, and there was a small obstacle course. One by one, every boy and girl completed the course, and at the end of the obstacle course, you stood on a wooden box and had your photo taken. This is the bit where I wish I had done something or spoke to someone higher in the school. Jump to year 11. I needed to ask Mr. Toy about some homework. As I walked into his classroom at lunchtime, I seen some kids doing some form work, I guess. But Mr. Toy was sat at his desk with a young girl sat on his lap, spoon feeding him yogurt. A few things I found out since I left that school. Before I started at Sidmouth College, he used to send 2 girls from his tutor to walk to his house, about a 2-minute walk, to pick up something he would have forgotten. He lived with his sister. The wooden box you stood on to have your photo taken had a hidden camera
Oh, fuck off.
to photograph up the girl's skirts.
Nonce.
And I was told he was caught because he would photograph coursework with the same camera, which he somehow got into the hands of another teacher, apparently. He was panicking, running around the school looking for his camera. Dirty, dirty pedo. And I've actually got a link here that takes me to a Daily Mail news article. It says, that's just totally taking me to the wrong page. That's taking me to something about Prince Charles. There we go.
Could have been the
It
other
just
one.
keeps taking me to something about Prince Charles.
I don't sweat. Teacher filmed pupils' underwear in class. Or do you want me to read all of it?
Yeah, go on.
I don't know if I can. It's a lot. A teacher filmed the underwear of female pupils with hidden cameras, a court has heard. John Toy, 54, hid cameras under his desks and specifically under a constructed stage to film the images.
Jesus Christ.
Teacher at the Devon School, involved for 24 years, appeared for sentence at Exeter Crown Court after pleading guilty. Voyeurism. Severe abuse by you in a position of trash. What you did was clearly calculated and premeditated. Yeah.
But
Fuck. Interest in girls between the ages of 11 and 14.
Oh,
that is
Fucking dirty cunt.
there's one thing for people like that.
He had 190 level 1 and 4, level 2 indecent images, the court had heard.
I don't know what level 1 and level 4 is, but I'm
Mm.
guessing
They're not good.
They're ends of the spectrum. So either way, he got bad shit on
Yeah.
there.
It doesn't matter what fucking level it is. You shouldn't fucking have it. That's just fucking wrong, innit?
Do you know how you fix that? Short drop and a sudden stop.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Do you know, do you know when like people talk about this with like, you know, genuine fucking nonsense and pedos and that, like, oh, we'll fucking kill him, death sentence, this, that. No, make the fucking cunt suffer.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Like a bit of torture.
Honestly, like, I'd be pulling out fucking fingernails.
That's it. Fingernails,
Paper cuts to
teeth.
the eyelids. Do you know what I mean? I'd go to town on them. I really fucking would.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Ugh.
So we've got one here from Jamie Higgins. So I had an ICT teacher that was definitely giving Prince Charles vibes.
I'm sure he means Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
Fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
Everyone called him a pedo. One time, a schoolmate got into a heated argument with him where the said teacher then pushed him into the toilets. The next day, he had a heart attack in lesson and died.
What? What a curveball! What a curveball!
What?
Motherfucker dead. So,
Holy shit.
so just gave you pedo vibes, got into a scrap with him, and he died the next day. It's just a really sad story.
Yeah.
ICT teachers, they always get the fucking short end of the stick.
Oh, no, Mars was all right.
Yeah, I was
Well, if
alright.
it's not
We still have
ICT teachers, it's got to be RE teachers in it. They're always a bit fucking dodgy.
Yeah,
aren't they?
definitely.
They're a bit daft, aren't they? They're
So-
like, oh, hey, man.
That secondary school I went to in the UK before I emigrated out to Spain as a fucking foreigner, we had this RE teacher, and I think it was in like year 7, so that would have been 99, 98, 99, something like that. And we got really fucking pissed off with him because all he used to do was bang on about like other cultures, like religions. We never did nothing about like Christianity, Catholics, or what would like you sort of like call home religions.
Yeah.
It was all about like
Everyone
shit from
else.
abroad. I kind of understood it because the majority of the people that went to school with me were either Muslim or Sikh or fucking Hindu and all the rest of it. But in the end, we started getting the arsehole. So the kids in the class fucking took revenge and actually went and vandalised his car. So we was drawing like massive penises all over his car, scratching it in the paintwork, saying he was a nonce, he liked little boys, all this, that and the other. So I can't remember what day that happened on now. Well, the day it happened, I was on the day before a big, massive incident happened in the UK, because I remember going home and I woke up to go to school the next morning and I had a massive falling out with my old man. I can't remember what the bloody hell it was over now. And like looking back at it, I regret it. I hate looking back on my childhood and falling out with my parents the way I did. But cut a long story short, I walked out the front door and turned around and said, fuck the family, fuck school, I'm going to go live in London. And told my parents I was going to jump on the train and go into London, which was on the day of the London Paddington crash. So obviously with that, obviously my parents were panicking, thinking I was on the train into London because it happened literally an hour or so after I'd left home and I was so local. I think they said they had something like every copper in the area looking for me
Where were you?
in school.
Fuck you, fuck
School.
school.
So I tipped up the school, right? And I think it was like my second lesson by the time all this shit was going on was a religious education lesson. So I'm in this fucking teacher's fucking class. And I think I've been in there about 5 or 10 minutes. And he was literally about to start fucking chirping off about who's been vandalising his car. And with that, there was a knock on the door. He's gone to open the door to the classroom. It was the old Bill. And they said, is Keith Toucan in here? He's like,
Shag, toucan in here or no?
he's like, yeah, he is. I've obviously got summoned out. So obviously all the lads in the class were like, ooh, what's going on here then? So I've like Conor McGregor'd it out of the fucking classroom. And
Who the fuck is this guy?
literally they turned around and went, we're taking you back home. And I was like, what the fuck? And I remember like getting in the fucking car, going back to my parents' house, and then there was a few stern words like sent in
bet
my
they're
direction. That
fucking
was a
bored.
full-on one-way conversation. And then, but the bright side is I got out of vandalising his car. Every cloud and all that.
Oh,
He was a
fuck
proper fucking nonce, so he was. I swear to God, he would have fingered all the boys in that classroom.
it.
That's the usual way, innit?
Yeah.
I remember a
He had that look on his face, mate. I knew it.
RE teacher. Strange bloke. Strange bloke.
They always are. They always are. Similar to art teachers, they're a bit. Fucking,
Surely, like, I mean, all
they're a
these
bit
secondary
daft.
schools, they got to vet these fuckers, ain't they?
I don't think they do that well.
It looks like they're scraping the barrel at the minute, isn't
I think
they?
it's always private schools are the worst for it. They are the fucking worst. Private schools. I don't know why, but they like my missus. She went private school. She was like, oh yeah, there was a few. I was like, you were only
Yeah.
in school like fucking 10 years ago or whatever. Like that's not okay. Oh well, you know, every school has them. I was like, our school didn't. No,
Yeah, well, some like, obviously my missus, she works in education, like primary though.
they ain't
Thank
caught her
fuck
yet.
for that. Do you know what I mean? I think the fucking students would be banging her if they could. If she was in
Let's go.
secondary. But I mean, obviously I hear a lot of stories through the grapevine that gets like all the, you know, like 9 times out of 10, like nothing against like fucking teachers, but like their staff room chat is shit chat, innit? Like she comes back and says, oh, so was saying this then. I'm like,
Someone's
right.
taking out Honda Jazz on finance. She's not able to afford it on that salary.
oh, fuck. So then all of a sudden there'll be a really interesting conversation about a very local school and like how much like the girls there are dishing out blowjobs for and this, that and the other. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Let's
seriously?
go.
Like, mate, I've heard some fucking stories about local school.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oof, Maron.
You look like you're showing a bit of interest there, Reg.
I was trying to think of some words to say that weren't going to land me in trouble.
Right, next story.
Right, so next we've got a voice. We're getting into the voice notes now. Voice note from Ryan Murphy, Escape Suburbia. Let's go.
Stories from school, boys. This was a long time ago, but I'm going to have to voice note it because it's going to be easier. One weekend, our school, I went to an all-boys school. We had a lot of paedophiles. But we won't go into that now.
Probably the same one I
One
went to.
weekend, we broke into the school swimming pool. Everyone was having a laugh, having a swim. One of my mates dared me to have a shit off of the diving board, and I drank a couple of litres of White Lightning, so that was it.
Yes,
back in the day.
bastard.
Pulled
No.
my cacks down, had a shit off of the diving board, dropped a great big log into the swimming pool, wiped my ass with my boxer shorts, threw them in the pool, thought nothing of it. Anyway, Monday morning come round, assembly, and headmaster stood up at assembly and decided to tell everyone what had happened in the weekend, that the school pool had been broken in. There had been a lot of damage done. They'd obviously had a lot of fun, and somebody had defecated in the swimming pool. But unlucky for them, their mum had signed their
I
name in
knew
their
that
boxer
was coming.
shorts. And Ryan Murphy, could you stay behind from assembly? And that was it. That was me busted. The whole school knew I'd shit in the pool, wiped my ass with my dirty cacks, because my mum had sewed my name in my boxer shorts. Busted. Cheers, mum.
No,
I fucking knew that was coming.
mate. Oh, what is it? What is it with blokes? I don't know blokes in general, but like every time it involves a swimming pool or somewhere to do with water where you shouldn't be, everyone takes a shit. Like, I don't get it. I've never been in a situation where I'm like, yeah, I should probably do a poo here. that will make life really fun. Oh fuck me. Right, let's crack into the next one. Next one's coming in from Don Roberts.
Right then, scumbags. This story goes back to year 11 with me and Alfie Johns. It's probably not the best story out of all the others, but I still think it's quite funny. Basically, I just running 2-foot drop kick this absolute prick of a kid. Flying as well, I was full on sideways, don't know how I did that. But yeah, it's pretty fucking funny, and he went crying to the teachers. And then next thing you know, assistant head is marching me into the class with Alfie and goes, "Get your phone out, Mr. Johns," who filmed it. And he's like, "No, I didn't." He deleted it, easy. And he's trying to say that I was doing it. And I was like, "No, it wasn't me, mate, wasn't me." And then he goes, "I'll ask everyone." I go, "Yeah, go on then, ask everyone." So he asked all of the year 11 lads which were there, who did it. And they were like, "Dunno, sir, dunno." Anyway, he pulls up the CCTV of the football field where it was. And I was right down in the far bottom corner. And hang on, I'll send another one. So basically, we got the whole head teachers, like all of them, the head teacher himself, assistant heads, like everyone, all of the head staffs were crowded around his computer screen with me in the middle. And all you see is this like little white dot at the end just fold over. And I just started pissing myself. And they're like, this isn't funny, you could have caused serious harm. I was like, yeah. Anyway, got after school detentions for that for quite a while, and yeah. Also, put a grow your own girlfriend in my tutor's fish tank, because he was a bit of a noncy looking bloke, so we had the running joke that he didn't have a missus, so we thought we'd get him one by giving him a grow your own missus. Turned out it killed all the fish in the fish tank. Don't know why, they probably tried to eat it, and he pulled it out one day, and there it was, I don't know, probably like 8-10 inches long and a pair of tits on there, and yeah, he wasn't too happy.
It killed all the fish.
Fucking hell.
Bastard.
That's brilliant.
Fucking hell. I mean, the worst part is it killed all the fish. The fish were innocent in this story. They're just bystanders.
Ah, fuck them.
Right, the next one I've got is from, oh, fuck, it's a long one, so hold tight, boys. This is from Fergus Lines.
Back in my college days, going to a well-known agricultural college near Winchester, which I'm sure many people will know, I thought I was bad man in my TD5 Defender, which I've now grown up and bought a Hilux because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Yes.
I
25 Defender at
thought
college.
it was a really great
Someone had
idea
money.
to go to the horticulture section on my way out of college one day and drift lock to lock through their flower beds.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you daft?
Which, at the time, I thought, yeah, fucking no one's going to know it's me. Who gives a shit? Until 3 days later, my mother got a letter come through the post stating that I have £1,600 worth of damages to pay, including a sprinkler system and some weird tree that they can't fucking get anymore. And, well, safe to say, I said I'm not paying that fucking money, you can go fuck yourself. And I'm now very banned from the college, so is my truck, and if either are seen on site again, then, well, they press charges and call the police. So, yeah, not my proudest moment. It resulted in a bent steering arm and a £1,600 fine. Moral of the story, after a few beers, don't go full Colin McRae, because it's not good.
I've got an actual picture of the bill.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it says replacement of the cost of 3 2-meter ornamental trees as a result of damage caused on the 26th of January 2019. Quantity 1, price 1,200, VAT code 5, value 1,200. And then some handwritten thing underneath. It just says usual. I can't really see that, but Sparsholt College, Mr. Fergus Lines. Oh,
Fucking
dear.
hell.
Reference damages. Oh dear, there's no getting away from that one. Fucking hell. Oh, what is it with them agricultural boys? I've heard all these stories from fucking college. They're animals, a lot of them. Fucking animals. Right, I got another one here from our man in north of the border, Mr. Chris Bradford. So, let's fucking go.
All right, so at school, I was a prefect, and come Halloween time,
I'm a prefect.
everybody was obviously bringing fireworks into school and flogging them amongst each other, blah, blah, blah. So this went on for a bit, and
Hang
then
on.
the principal was like,
One sec. Obviously, I love how he says, obviously people were bringing fireworks into school. In what world?
Wow.
It's Northern Ireland, isn't it?
Yeah,
What do you
it's a
expect?
bit different over there, mate.
Halloween, obviously people were bringing fireworks into school and selling them. What?
There's nothing else
we
to do, it's all
always had
homemade,
the,
wasn't it?
the dodgy. We always had the dodgy man dealing fireworks out of the containers.
Oh yeah, matey down at the coal stores.
That's the one.
Oh, boss.
Straight out of China, like.
Get on, boss. Right, sorry, Chris. I'll let you carry on.
need to do something about this. It can't be, the pupils can't be selling fireworks and all this here, blah, blah, blah. I says, right, that's dead on. Would anybody like to enforce this? Of course, I put my hand up. I was like, yep, I can do that job. So that was okay. Used to go around randomly searching people's lockers, but I knew who was selling the fireworks. So, of course, I went straight to their lockers. Back, right, open your locker, Louie. Yeah, there's the fireworks. So, of course, when I got the fireworks, confiscated them, I didn't give them all to the principal. I put some in my locker. Again, this one. Yeah, so this went on for ages and ages. So that was okay. But other ones was bringing them in again. I confiscated them, kept a portion of them, returned some to the principal. He thought this was great. But it kept going. But you don't make it obvious, you don't catch everyone. So then it got to be intimidation, right? You can keep your fireworks, but I want a percentage of them. So I used to take them. But the thing about it was, there was one guy went to snitch.
This is racketeering.
So obviously he got the shit kicked in behind the old bike sheds.
Allegedly.
The thing about it was, I was the main one bringing them into the school. So all I was doing was going around eliminating the competition. But you always let one or two keep a stash to keep the heat off yourself. So the biggest seller of the fireworks was me. But it's business is business. So I was just took on the job of eliminating the competition. Poacher turned gamekeeper kind of thing. I made a lot of money that year.
I know we don't do politics on the show, but that's why politics don't work in Northern Ireland. From a very young age, we're taught to get yourself in a position of power and then fucking abuse it. It's part of the curriculum over here, intimidation, you know.
Fucking
Welcome to Northern Ireland. Business is business. Snitches get stitches.
I love how it's basically the start, the rise, not even just the rise of a criminal empire. The entire thing. It's just, it starts off as like, oh, I need you to find the fireworks. All right, I'll find the fireworks. And then he finds the fireworks, then he keeps them for himself. And then he intimidates the people selling them. You must give me some. And then he keeps them. And then he ends up...
It wouldn't surprise me if that's the sort of thing he learned in like nursery or playgroup or something, wouldn't it? Like, you know,
honestly, it's like a bent copper, isn't it? You know, just like stealing all the...
a bit for yourself.
Yeah, taking all the drugs out of fucking evidence and selling them on the street. Fuck's sake. Next one here from our man Nathan Gill.
Not the most outstanding story, but just goes to show how health and safety's changed over the years. In our primary school, it was a small school, only about 70 pupils. When we were in year 6, I think we were in, so it'd have been, 10 or 11. We went on a school trip to find the source of the River Camel, which is our local river. It runs through a few towns, like, and through villages, and ends up near Calford. And we were at a place called Slaughter's Bridge, and we couldn't get to. They wanted to measure the depth of it whilst we were there, and we couldn't get to the side of the river to stick the meter stick how into the river to see how deep it was. So our headmistress dangled me off a bridge by my ankles whilst I held the meter stick to check the depth of the river. Also, not my story, but Mrs. when she was at, I think it was secondary school, she used to have, she was quite high up with her maths, and she used to get extra math lessons to bump her up. I think it was secondary school, I think it was when she went to do A-levels. And the teacher who used to take her for extra math lessons is now a convicted pedophile.
Oh my God.
He was trying to get his wicked way, but she swears he didn't. I don't know.
Wicked way. How many paedophiles are there out there?
There's too many, mate.
Well, this is insane. Right, you've got one from Big Willie, haven't you?
I have.
I'll disconnect a minute.
How you doing, you bunch of fucking homosexuals? We had like this massive tennis courts. It was like 6 tennis courts all like joined together, and we all used to like play football, rugby during lunchtime. There was the year below girls. They always used to like stand in the corner. Some of them were very, very fit. So me being me, trying to show off, I got this rugby ball and I kicked it as hard as I could.
Oh no.
It's actually like a torpedo.
Oh no.
Where the rugby ball spins round in the air towards this group of fit girls. Just before the rugby ball is about to hit one of them, probably the fittest girl in the group, she turns around and is facing me, and the rugby ball hits her square in her nose.
Oh,
and it broke her nose.
I should fucking say.
There was fucking blood everywhere.
Jesus.
So yeah, I felt like a cunt, and I don't think she wanted to go out with me after that, which was a fucking massive shame. All the best, lads.
Jesus Christ.
I remember You remember those the test tubes in school? Remember they had like the rubber bungs in them? I bet they were corked back in your day, Keith.
Oh, fuck
or
off, mate.
asbestos. But they were like these big rubber bungs. My mate had nicked one from science, and he was throwing it at the floor because, of course, it was, not spherical, so it would just bounce in any fucking random direction. And he was throwing it at the floor, and it just fire off anywhere, and we go get it, like little fucking idiots that we were. Anyway, he's a big bloke, and he fucking wound up a big one, like a haymaker, but pointing fucking south. And he let it fucking rip, and it hit the ground, and it comes straight back up, and it hit this girl in the nose, and her nose fucking exploded. I was like, oh no. And it was perfect. Just as this happened, she just lets out this fucking blood-curdling scream, and with that, our head of year just walked around the fucking corner, and she's just like, what's happening? And she, through like tears and blood, just points at my mate, and I'm like, man, you're done. You're fucking done. Like, there's nothing I can do here to save you. Like, you're fucked. It was horrendous. Her nose was fine in the end, like, which is considering, because those like rubber bungs are pretty fucking weighty. Remember them? They're like dense, yeah. No, it was fucking beautiful.
Were you there when the new science block was there?
Yeah, that was like built like the year I got there, I think.
And one year, somebody decorated the whole of the upstairs in fire extinguishers.
Yeah, was that one of your lot?
Yeah, allegedly.
Do you remember that in the new science block? Right, they were like, "What is it?" Right, a sidetrack. What is it with kids in school? Like, they can make the most kid-proof shit in the world. Kids will find a way to fuck with it. Like the ingenuity of children.
Don't give us Bunsen burners.
I never ceases to. Remember they had that it was like they'd done like a spray foam ceiling, so it was like sound deadened, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was incredible. They're like, oh yeah, it's great because it's sound deadened. They were like obviously classes on top, and you couldn't hear them banging around or anything.
All the kids screaming when they get non-stop by the teachers.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever. Was it in science? No one can hear you scream. That's what I used to say. Actually did, because it was all soundproofed. Anyway. So it's like amazing, like spray foam ceiling. It was super sound deadened. Fuck it, it took about 75 seconds for somebody to throw a pen up there and realize that it's stuck.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, cool. Everyone would people come in with packs of pencils, just spend their whole lesson just like, fucking thing looked like a well-used dartboard by the end of the year. Unreal. Unfucking real.
That used to be the thing in my school. I remember, I don't know what it was, but when you realised if you soaked up some blue paper towel and just sort of squeezed half the wall out, you could throw it up and stick it in. It's just for ages.
Ceiling, yeah.
And it's like you redecorate the roof, wouldn't you? Or do you remember when you in the toilet said the hand dryers and like the bit where the air come out?
Oh,
You fill it up with poo or spit or whatever.
Poo.
And then gently turn it around so it didn't fall out.
Oh no.
And then someone come out after washing their hand, they go to blow dry around.
Fill out with poo or what? Not the first thing I would have gone to, but slough, it is what it is. Can you remember? Probably after your time, our head teacher was Welsh. He was fucking brilliant. Our head teacher, I really liked him. He was fucking stern as hell, but he was fair.
Yeah.
Somebody broke into the equipment shed over the weekend and got a weed killer sprayer. And I remember when he was telling this in assembly, and I was thinking, fucking weed killer sprayer. Oh, he done some damage then. Oh no, clever cunt. Filled the fucking weed killer sprayer up with lime paint for the football pitch. I just wrote on the pitch in massive letters, Mr. Jackson's a sheep shagger. And then he got on the roof and just was like, this is really fun. He literally wrote that on the roof. And I remember, look at him here. The vandal is bragging, so he is. How good he's an idiot. That's what he is, a fool. He's got nowhere in life. Oh, it was fucking the shit.
Did they ever find out who that was?
Yeah, apparently it was like one of the ex-students or something. Remember when one of the teachers got caught shagging a sixth former? And,
which one?
I'm not going to say their names because one of them recently died. It was really sad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
you know what I'm on about then. And she come in, the other half came into his lesson fucking screaming the place down because but they didn't fire him. They kind of he was going off to set up a bread shop or something. They're like, you just go off and set up your bread shop and we'll just keep this on the down low. Everyone in school knew. Everyone knew that he'd been shagging a sixth former. And it was like, yeah, well, she's 18, isn't she? So that's okay. We'll just go and set up your little bread shop and go away. Fucking mad.
Yeah.
Oh, I do miss school though. Fuck, we had some good times. Remember we cable tied a kid to some fences, and you know the like fences like for basketball courts up near Kenyon.
Oh yeah.
I bought some cable ties into school like the little fucking hood rat I was. Can't remember why we cable tied him to the fence. He was a willing participant, I will say that. It wasn't like we just cable tied him to a fence because we're cunts. We cable tied him to a fence, and then we it was like kind of a version of tarred and feathered him. I think we
Am I taking it back to the 1800s there?
We chucked a load of flour and water all over him. And then the bell rang for lunch, and everyone was like, "Oh, who's got a knife?" And I was like, "We're at school, you fucking idiots! No one's got a knife, like to cut him down."
This is Somerset, not Slough.
Yeah, because we're all disgusting fucking hobos. We all had lighters. We're like, "I'll just burn them off," and they're like attached to his wrists. And he's like, "Oh, it hurts." So I was like, "Shut up, James, you mug." Stop being such a little bitch.
Do you want to stay here or come with us?
These are massive burns on his wrist. You know, when his next class, they're like, "What's happened to you, James?" They go, "Shut up, James. Shut up."
Picking plastic out of his fucking skin.
It was like, yeah, it was like that. It was black plastic pool
horrible
ties.
shit, isn't it?
Oh, it was so funny. I mean, like I said, he was like, "Oh yeah, it'd be funny, willing participant." Oh, fucking little bastards we were. Fucking little bastards.
So they tried to chuck us out of our tutor group because they wanted a perfect tutor group.
You're never gonna get that. You're never gonna get a perfect tutor group.
Well, no, we were fucking assholes. I want to say there was about 4 of us that were not great. I was not as bad as my sister because she was a fucking asshole.
I can tell you some tales about your sister in a minute because I was in her tutor group.
Yeah, she is not a nice person.
No, she is a nice person. She was just a bit of a rapscallion at school.
Yeah.
I was in her, so basically, I don't know how they managed to fuck it up, but they managed to put all the girls in our year that acted up the most in the same tutor group. So I was like 6 or 7 of them, and it was fucking carnage. And my tutor, Mr. Freeman, God bless the bloke, he was just away with the fairies. He just wasn't there.
No.
He just didn't care.
Fantastic teacher.
Oh, brilliant. He was a geologist,
Yeah.
and you just see him walking around with a box of rocks all day. Man didn't give a fuck. He was just cruising his way through to retirement, and we were his last tutor he was ever going to see through to year 11, and that was it. Anyway, we had like 6 or 7 of these girls in our tutor, and they were little bastards, including your sister. And it got so bad they split them all up in the end, like put 2 in each other, to like 1 in all of the tutor groups throughout the year to like really split them up. That didn't stop them though. I think it was once a week or something they had to go to a girls' club where they all had to sit round in a circle and try and sort out these problems that they had with each other to stop and pull each other's fucking hair out. Like every break time they were trying to kill each other. They were like UN, like sitting down across the Treaty of Versailles, like sat in the fucking train car trying to sort this shit out, like every fucking week. It was so funny. Oh dear. Yeah, your sister was a little bastard at school.
Yeah.
Fucking animal.
Luckily, she's grown up now.
Yeah, but everyone does, don't they? You know, at school.
Some people don't.
Oh, yeah, some very few. Yeah, you can name a few off the top of my head from around here that are still little fucking cunts, but yeah, they haven't really got very far in life, have they?
No.
Put it that way.
Things a lot of that's down to the fact they get away with it as well, don't they?
That's the thing. If they don't get discipline at home,
yeah,
or even in school as well, like so.
Oh yeah, yes and no. I mean, if you get away with it at school, that's one thing. But if you can still get away with it at home as well, then you've got no discipline. Full stop. Because a lot of the times, you know, if you're not getting disciplined at home, you will get disciplined at school, and that's what school is there kind of to do. Really, like we were on about with the army, it's kind of to act a bit like mum and dad if they're not really doing the job, to give you a bit of a slap, not slap around, but being like, you can't do that. What are you doing, you little fucker, you know?
Yeah, so I remember growing up, like obviously my dad's ex-military as well, and fucking hell, it was hellish. Like you put one fucking finger out of line and we was going across the living room like calling the gang mate. Like we was getting fucking belted and all sorts. Like we didn't fuck up one bit. But like I remember my earlier days in like primary school, secondary school in the UK, yeah, I was a bit of a cunt. Like, you know, we was out nicking cars, motorbikes, you know what I mean, robbing shops,
allegedly,
whatever, setting fire to stuff, like whatever.
Robbing shops.
It was what you did, like, especially around where we live.
What you did.
It was what it was.
One of our favourite pastimes, that was, Shag.
It just kept, I mean, I remember walking home from school one day, I was seeing a little Austin Metro drive up the fucking side of the hill towards me. I was like, there's no cunt driving it. It was my brother's mate had nicked it from some fucking lady from the local corner shop and was like, "Op in, I'll give you a lift home." I was like, "No, you're right, mate, we'll walk." You couldn't even see with the fucking steering wheel.
There's no one in that.
I think I was probably about 12 or 13 when my family moved out to Spain, and I'd been in school maybe 6 months. Now, Spanish schools are, like, I don't know if anyone listens in, has been to Spanish school, they can fucking back me up on this, but it's, what I can describe is, it's almost like being in an American school. So there's no school uniforms. You sit at like individual desks, like in lines across the classroom.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, you bounce from one classroom to another for different subjects, what you do. But I remember, like, I say 5 or 6 months in, and I wasn't quite getting it. I didn't speak a word of Spanish at this point. They didn't speak a word of fucking English.
So is it all in Spanish?
Yeah. And like, I'd literally walk in, and we had this teacher who's called Don Bernardo, right? And honestly, he was fucking hideous. He was hideous,
He
right?
used to run keys over the lines.
Put it this way, he was the sort of teacher that would walk into the classroom, he would set everyone off in the class to like do their work or whatever, and he'd walk up to me and he'd like open a book, and I'll see in Spanish, he'd just say, "Copy this." And that's all I did for 5 months, mate. I'd just be like doing lines. I was copying out of a fucking book, and I thought, where am I going with this?
Yeah.
Once he'd asked me to do that, he'd go to the front of the classroom where he sat, he'd spark up a cigarette, lay back in his chair and fall asleep.
In class?
In class. At this point, we'd all fuck off down the canteen.
You just have a little siesta.
Yeah, that's it. They do love a little siesta.
Oh, but they're like, they're sort of like,
mañana.
they're still 60 years behind out there, mind. Anyway, I got to one day, and he come up and he was like, "Copy this, copy that." And I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again." And I just didn't give a shit. I was just like squiggling drawings in the back of my book, do you know what I mean? Just thinking about what I was going to do when I got home. I was going to modify my motorbike or whatever. So I got to the end of the class, and he come up to me and in Spanish, and like, obviously I know now because obviously now knowing the language, but he was basically cussing me out in front of the rest of the fucking class and trying to mug me off.
Oh, mate, you look a prick.
Now, with my background then, before I was educated with the military and all the rest of it, I was a bit of a cunt. And I literally sat back in my chair and went, "Fuck off, mate." With that, he grabbed me by the fucking ear roll, dragged me off the fucking seat, and frog marched me down to the fucking headmaster's office, bro. I almost got a fucking hide in. And at that point, I went, "Yeah, fuck school, I'm leaving. I'll get an apprenticeship with John Deere as an agri diesel fitter." So yeah, I was gone.
And that was that.
And that was that, yeah. Left school at 14, 15, and I was gone.
That's it. If you can't speak the language, you're gaining fucking nothing. You are literally, as you said, copying.
Yeah. And so that was, say, like my first sort of like 6 months in school. Like I bunked off school so much and didn't really give a fuck. But when I left school and went into work, I knew I had to make it work because I've got no,
you've got nothing.
I had nothing. I had no GCSEs, no sport qualifications, full in bill spec, mate. Like there was nothing there. But I learnt more in the first sort of 3 months, the language, how like, just by going to work.
Yeah.
Not that I'm trying to promote the school shit. Go to work, kids. But
yeah, some people get on well with school, some people don't, and that's how it is.
Yeah, and I've done it right for myself now. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, when I signed up and joined the military, I was fortunate that I could do evening school, so I had to go do classes at night time, get my maths, my English, all that.
Yeah,
I wasn't like illiterate. It's not like I was sat there like the fucking Royal Marines and eating the crayons, all the rest of it.
But you just didn't have those pieces of paper that
exactly, yeah. You know, I could string a sentence together. You know, my grammar was pretty much on point because I did take notice in the UK, but I had to obviously have that in paperwork. So yeah, I went to evening school, got it all brushed up, and I was squared away. And then when I went on further like promotion courses within the army to develop further, you have to have like higher education as well with certain stuff. So they'll put you through them courses as well. So yeah, I got it, but fuck me, it did give me a massive fucking kick up the arse though, because I was at home, I was a little tearaway, but I was still sort of respectful.
Yeah.
Because that's how we got brought up. But then it's almost like school was my place to rebel and be a little cunt with my little cunty mates, because we come from a really cunty place. But then obviously going to that school in Spain, when that teacher grabs you and gives you a fucking hide and you think, "Oh, hang on a minute, I can't get away with this."
Yeah, hold tight.
Yeah. Sorry.
Mad, isn't it? Fucking mad. Right. I think we're about ready to scooch. Or have you got some shout-outs to do?
I've got some shout-outs to do. People that have ordered within the episode. I got a special shout-out as well. So, you absolute scumbags ordered in the episode. So, big shout-out to Jack Miles, Nigel Pack, and Patrick Young. And Tom Carver and Billy Paul.
Oos.
And then we got one special shout-out.
Oh.
Right. So I used to work with a bloke,
A man.
and it was a bit useless, but I brought him under my wing, and
Is this matey?
we taught him some things. So shout out to Gold Dust, I think his tag is on Insta.
Oh, not the one I'm thinking of then. All right.
That's it. Shout out to Owen Taylor, Gold Dust X on Insta. Go and give him a little follow. He's one of them drifty boys
Skiddy boys. You fucking champion.
in the beat up orange piece of shit he has.
Right, some shout outs to do for the amazing people that just like bought us stuff off our Amazon wish list. I've not. My missus has been like, "What is going on?" The postman is like, "Why is the Doghouse podcast?" I was like, "Shag, you're gonna need to listen. Then you'll understand." So shout out to our man Carol up the road for the Scampy Fries. Shout out to Bones ___227 for the port rinds. Big Matty Pickford for the fezzes, which I have spent all evening wearing. I still have it on me now. We got 2 blow-up T-Rex costumes, and I don't know who either of them were from. So please hit us up in the DMs, let us know who you are, and we'll shout you out on the next episode.
And can you send a third one in so I can chase Reg and Marlon down the street?
We've been having the most fun today. The most fun.
Hold tight for the Instagram reels.
Yeah, hold tight. Awesome. Right, and just before we finish, one final shout out to the sponsor of these episodes, the Auto Mover. Mate, thank you so much for sponsoring these episodes. You've been an absolute fucking champion. We really appreciate it. And I hope you get some trade from our fucking loyal bunch of scumbags, as always. So, the Auto Mover is the sponsor of this episode. They provide simple, reliable, professional vehicle transport services, whether it's a car, motorbike, caravan, tractor, project, or just another broken piece of shit, unreliable crap Land Rover.
Escort.
Or Escort. That's there. Let's not leave anything out. They will take the best care of you, delivering it anywhere from Cornwall to Carlisle. If you need your vehicle transported, head over to www.theautomover.co.uk for a free quote, and in the vehicle description include ITDH off your entire delivery. That's www.theautomover.co.uk, or check them out on their socials at The Auto Mover. Slide over there, give them a like, give them a follow. We really appreciate that. They supported us, so hopefully you can support them too. Right, I think that's it. We're done.
We're done.
Oos, peace. Right, cool. I've been Reg.
I've been Marlon.
I've been Toucan.
All right, we'll catch you on the next one, everyone. Cheerio and goodbye.